Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, Sky Troop, Deb. What else we got here? Mrs. Sky. We got Jane. Hello. Bob. Hello. 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 Becky. Hello. Armand. Bob, I've said it 100 times, and I'm really gonna have to do this to get to do a behind the scenes when it's playing because I'm doing the same thing, to be honest. Hello, True. Hello, everyone. Michelle, I sent you 2 more links via email. Thank you, True. I'll check them out. Hello, Bumble. Okay, crew. Before we get right into this, because that was crazy today. That was absolutely insane, that hearing. I got a little housekeeping to do. What is going on in the outside world, in YouTube land, gets left at the door when you come into the coffee house. No, 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 no. I'm not going to get wrapped up in that stuff out in YouTube land. I've already had a few nasty things about it today, and I'm just going to say, in the coffee house, it does not happen. We are not getting in the mix of that. Hey, Victoria, hello. Prayers from storm victims. Hope all is well with everyone. Yes, absolutely, Victoria. And this is just a little one for me because I'm sick of getting these. I got from Vicky Blue. Shame on you for thinking everyone should have. Sorry, I missed it. She goes, calling Meghan Markle names. Shame on you. Not listening to you anymore. Blocked. That's fine because Meghan Markle is a bitch and I'm going to call her a bitch. So I said, shame on you for thinking everyone should have your views. Everyone's allowed their own views in life. So again, I thought I was blocked. She goes, she then says, I can say what I want, but you're telling me I cannot. You personally know Meghan. Well, I do. And her family's so sweet, and her kids. Well, I would think her sister is going to say something else different than that, but that's okay. So then I said, I thought I was blocked, and I have the right to call a narcissist out when I see it, and also call her flying monkeys out when I see them. So monkey, fly away. Just tired of the whole Meghan Markle thing. She's a bitch. She'll always be a bitch. I thought she was a bitch before she got with Harry, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But today I got slammed by YouTube World and Meghan Markle's flying monkeys. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to make this will be my only statement on YouTube World. Coffee house is closed. You are not allowed to bring that stuff in here. We are not dealing with it. We are here for victims' rights. We are here for justice. I don't care about what people are posting. I don't want it. Yep, exactly. And your Tin Man, I'll make a beehive out of you, right, Bob? We just don't want it in here. It's just not going to be in here. And that's why I said, I just decided it's the coffee crew, it's the justice warriors, it's whatever you want to call us. But right here in this channel, this is the coffee house where we all get together, drink our coffee, tea, whatever, because I know, Armand, you do not like coffee. I believe it was Armand that does not like coffee. And we are just going to block all that noise out. Oh, Shiraz, it's been a day. Crime and Coffee, us, the crew, we have what is it we have for bear with me here. We have 2.85 subscribers. 2.85 thousand subscribers. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. I don't need this and I don't want this and I'm not going to be a part of it. Yes, exactly true. Yes, prayers for all the Hurricane Helena victims. Keep praying. People still need help and resources and rescue. We are just not doing it in here. Absolutely not having it. Now, when we usually start, the chat is open early. We have our early song. We have all of this. Sometimes we talk about other things, and that's okay. Once the coffee house doors open, we don't talk about those things anymore. Oh, you missed a Meghan Markle troll. She's been bugging me all day. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello. Like I've told you before, I get them all the time. Anytime Meghan Markle's name is, it's like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times and they come. Meghan Markle, Meghan Markle, Meghan Markle. Honestly, just if you love her so much and she's such a lovely person, take her away. The rest of us don't want to hear it. We are 0.01 to the -10 of online viewing crowd, right? Like, leave us alone. I got an email today saying I don't support victims. I really got slammed today. And I'm telling you, I don't think there's anybody in this coffee crew that would say, I don't support the victims. Yep, poof, there they are. Shrez, it's hilarious. Yeah. I just thought, this is too much. Absolutely too much. Like that woman, she can take herself. I said, and I can call out flying monkey. So go, see you later. Fly away, monkey. But I watched some of this this hearing today. I think this is just mind blowing that they even showed. I will say right now, if anybody, there is very sensitive. It could be triggering. So, and it's at 24 minutes in. So I'm just warning everybody. But I definitely want to thank the coffee crew for hanging out with me during this turbulent time on YouTube. And I understand right now we're probably going to have low numbers because I've just realized there's a debate going on. Yeah, it showed the shooting, graphic warning. If anybody hasn't seen it. Let's get to Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins. Yep, we're doing that right now. Right now, I'm going to press play. I got it past the point where everybody's just sitting around. Here we go. Yeah, I ain't getting into that, Sky. Staying right away from it. I don't know why, but the whole time I see this story or hear this story or anything, the song I Shot the Sheriff comes in my head every single time. Yeah, Elizabeth, right. I've seen it, and just be aware that it's extremely graphic. Yes. I am actually shocked. Hello, Debbie. I'll be triggered if it's Justin Bieber doing Stairway to Heaven. Oh, perfect. True. I'll play that next. I was going to do that song for Early Bird, that the one I chose for Better, I thought. I tell you. And when they get up onto here really quick, like right, I don't know if you can see my mouse or no. You can see that STS is on the Zoom meeting for it. You can see the logo for STS. Second row down, second over. I have to wonder though what this, I like Charlie's new attorney Niles. Yeah, she's Ufferman's assistant, isn't she? I'm going to be part of the replay crew. Got to help my 85-year-old mom with her home decluttering, hopefully done in 2 hours. Well, we will miss you, Armand, but what an amazing person to help your mom. Could you imagine being this judge though? Sitting up there thinking, this guy shoots judges? There's got to be, I think there's something, like I know about his daughter's cell phone and things like this. I think there's got to be, because why would he just go ballistic like this? And I know what the deputies and all that, or those people did in different rooms in the courthouse. It's insane. So we know this is going to be televised. They're going to, or they wouldn't be doing these ones. Sorry, guys, I look pale today. I have had a migraine all day. So, the background to this case is this gentleman. It's a very weird one. Yeah. The background to this case is this gentleman is the sheriff, was a sheriff, and he shot the judge. So there's all different things out there that, and his deputy, I just don't, because there's not, I just don't want to say things that might be wrong because I'm very tiptoeing around all of this right now. The deputy supposedly, I can't remember if it was unalived or just essayed. September 19th, sheriff just resigned yesterday. He just resigned yesterday. That's hilarious. There was different rooms in the courthouse, things like that. I'm just going to put it in my terms. Different rooms in the courthouse where jail officials, whatever, they were having relations with criminals, things like this, females. And then there was something about the deputy, and he covered it up. And then all of a sudden, his in with the judge, his daughter's phone is in there. True and I spoke about it earlier. Could be the judge was having some kind of an affair with the daughter, or maybe the wife, who knows, and she had the daughter's phone, who knows. The gist of it is this guy, sheriff, being sued in federal case for covering up SA. He was deposed of a couple of days beforehand. Yes. So there was a lot of really, really slimy stuff going on in that courthouse, jail, all of that. So it's a weird freaking case. I I will do a breakdown because I wasn't sure if I was going to follow this or not, but then it's just too much. Like, I don't know. My opinion. I'm going to give my opinion. We'll see how it folds out before it even opens up. I think the daughter was having an affair with the judge. And I think he found out because his daughter is a minor and acted out. That's where I think this case is going to go. Sheriff's deputy was trading S for favors to parolees. If they couldn't afford to pay for their ankle monitor, deputy would let the fee slide. Had relations with judges in chambers. Yeah. Basically, yeah. It was a lot of just dirty stuff going on in the judges' chambers. And like I said, my view is, and I'm putting it out there. Yeah. I'm putting it out there that I think this is how it's going to unfold. I think it was the daughter got caught up in this. Yeah, the daughter behind the sheriff to our left. She's 17 now, I believe. Hey, Leah. We don't know if Judge knew about these relations in his chambers, but there was cameras in there. Yep. And you would think, because there's cameras in there, he would know what was going on in his chambers. So I put my prediction on something. It's his defense is going to be something around his daughter. He snapped. And boy, oh boy, he snapped. Hello, Marianne. And I just want to actually shout out to everybody that's renewed member in the Justice League, Sky Troop, Sherez, Miss Sky, True Crime. That's a month. So thank you all for your support. 3, Judge, Sheriff, and maybe others. I'm going to just put this up here. I don't know why I'm doing this. Sorry. Judge, Sheriff, and maybe others had lunch. There was a hearing in his chambers with 4 other people. It ended. People left. Sheriff showed up asking if Judge was in chambers. Yeah. And you'll hear the lead detective. Oh, you watch this lead detective and you think court, you will think that sorry guys, my brain hurts today from this. I'm trying to remember the detective's name in the Edelson. Why can't I remember his name? Isom. He makes Isom look absolutely amazing because this guy knows nothing. Shiraz, do you know where video is of the meeting? Okay, let's get back to this. Like I said, it's a confusing, but I'm putting my prediction out right now that this guy is going to use the defense that his daughter was being. Yep. I don't know why it wasn't coming to my brain, Bob. But he makes him look really, really good. Sheriff goes into Judge Chambers. All we know is Sheriff makes a phone call. Judge hands his phone over to Sheriff. Sheriff makes a call from Judge's phone. Chaos ensues. Yeah. And I know people are saying that he called his daughter's phone and it rang. Kentucky State Police is lacking something. Knowledge. Yeah. He's funny to watch. Oh. Earlier today, I was trying to watch some TV and watch YouTube, and I was actually watching with my sunglasses on because my head was so sore. So Kentucky must be an open state too. Truly was true. I was seriously sitting with my sunglasses on in the house. It's take 2 days now of headaches. Let me just get it forward here. No sense of us just watching, nobody talking. You're letting the YouTube bullies get to you. Oh, I think it's outside world too, but yeah, I'm not. That's why I said what I said in the beginning, Bob. I'm done with it. Go somewhere else. Bully them. 'Cause I'm done. I didn't realize how much dead time there was.
Thank you, sir. You may be seated.
Okay, sorry. Went too far. Shrez says, I don't think he full out lies. He probably deliberately avoiding knowing things officially until he's a witness at trial.
Morgan District Court is now in session with the Honorable Rupert Billoy. Thank you, sir. You may be seated.
Oh, nice, Becky.
I'm going to call the case of Commonwealth versus Shawn Stines, 24F 147, on for preliminary hearing. Is the Commonwealth ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Quick question. I was shocked that he said the Commonwealth. So we all know what that means to me because I'm Canadian. That means I'm part of the British Commonwealth. Why in Kentucky do they call it the Commonwealth? I figured somebody here would be able to explain that to me. Are those men standing around in the dark coat police? Looks like they're waiting to pass the church plate. They do, don't they, Miss Sky? I just thought maybe we had somebody in here from Kentucky that could explain why they call it the Commonwealth. There, because they don't say that in Florida. They don't say that in other. So I was very curious to why.
All right, call your first witness.
Oh, Clayton Stamper.
All right, click. Mr. Stamper, if you would. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Thanks, Shiraz. I'll have to look that up.
State your name for the record,
Clayton Stamper,
and how you spell your name?
ClaytonStamper.
Tell the court how you're employed.
I'm sorry.
How are you employed?
I'm a detective with the Kentucky State Police assigned to Post 13 Hazard.
How long have you been employed?
Okay, thank you.
I've been with KSP a little over 24 years, detective since 2006.
And have you, in the performance of your duties as detective with the State Police, have you investigated?
Wow, thank you, everyone. Thank you for answering that question. Commonwealth is just another name for a county, or in Louisiana, it's called a parish. In Michigan, it's called a township. In Kentucky, it's called a commonwealth. And I think there's a few others. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate every single one of you answering that question. Because when I hear Commonwealth, I'm thinking of the Commonwealth of the British Empire, right? Becky says it's just means the same as state. It's just never been changed since the 1700s. Hello, Steph. Hello, Matt. Sorry, I forgot to say hello. It's just because the people who wrote their state constitutions called it that back in the day. It doesn't mean anything really. Interesting. Well, thank you all. I appreciate that because, like I said, for me, it has a different meaning. So I appreciate that. And thank you so much, Matt. So thank you all for clearing that up for me.
The death of Kevin Mullins.
Yes, sir, I did.
And can you tell us on what date that was?
It was September 19th, 2024.
In investigation of that death, were you able to determine who killed Kevin Mullins?
Yes.
And how were you able to do that?
Video surveillance footage.
And did you retrieve that video surveillance footage?
I did.
You know, at this time, the company played the footage.
All right.
Yes, approach the bench.
Okay, Marion. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and the Commonwealth dates back to when the British Empire had the original 13 colonies. So they just never changed it. Nice. Video surveillance footage. 24 minutes in, everyone, is when the trigger and graphic content. So I'm just letting you know, 24 minutes in. Thank you, True. Oh, thank you, Miss Sky. Hello, Patricia. Trigger warning coming up, Patricia. Let me just pause this here because I have... Hello, Sarah. Watch the faces of the judge wife. Then the video is showing. Several women begin to cry. His mother, but she doesn't shed a single tear. Yep. Welcome, Sarah. Look at Shraz, you're great. Thank you. Graphic video. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome to the coffee house. Oh, that's
Ready to proceed?
Patricia, that's awesome. Just to let you know, my daughter is sitting up and feeling quite a bit better now. That is absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you for telling us that, Patricia. That is good news. That's the best news I've heard today. I'm so happy for you and your daughter.
Go for it, man.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, if you need to look away, now is the time. This is maddening.
Is that a portion of the video? Yes. And were you able to identify the party we saw in that video?
That was Sheriff Stines and Judge Kevin Mullins.
And also, who had the firearm?
Sheriff Stines.
So that's the wife there. And who was the one that said that? Thank you for putting that. Sarah, thank you. The mom wails. And the wife is the brunette in in black. Yeah, that is the worst thing I've ever seen. Honestly, I'm shocked. I'm shocked they allowed the camera to zoom in on that. Yep, you're right. Stone-faced. But she seems to look over at to me, she's looking over at the family, not him. And Steph says, hi, everybody, working and lurking, sort of. I used to teach U.S. history, so the question got my attention. Thank you so much, Steph. She's looking at the daughter. Thank you, Sarah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you. I think the daughter's going to play a huge role in this.
And then Judge was also in his black robe.
Yes.
Do you know what portion of the courthouse that is?
That is the judge's chambers
And where's that located at, physically located?
in the Letcher County Courthouse.
That's all I have you on.
Would you like to cross-examine the witness?
I would, Your Honor. That was a short clip that was played there. How long do you believe that clip was?
That we just watched,
Yes, sir.
just 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
To 15 seconds. In fact, the video that was taken in the judge.
Call it suspicious or call it whatever mind I have, but the wife of the judge and the daughter of the sheriff, they kind of look alike, and they're both in black. It's like they're both in a mourning color. It's just something I noticed. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Shrez. We don't know much yet. There's just a lot of rumors flying around right now. No, they don't. She doesn't seem too tore up. And you just watched your husband get shot and nothing. Hey, Axe, welcome back.
Judge's chambers between the meeting between Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins. It's my understanding that video lasted much longer, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to review the video
I have.
of the prior incident?
I have.
And can you describe for us what happened
Exactly.
immediately prior to the clip that we saw?
Yep.
Sheriff Stines uses his telephone to make some phone calls. He then borrows Judge Mullins.
Yes, Shiraz, that's the sheriff's daughter behind him in the black shirt, and then sitting beside her is his wife.
Cell phone and appears to make a call on that. And that led to what you just saw.
Okay. So it's my understanding there were some people who were having a meeting with Judge Mullins prior to the sheriff's entry into the chambers. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have you identified those witnesses?
I don't know the names of them. There's about approximately 4 people in there. Then Sheriff Stines enters the judge's chambers and everybody else clears out.
You don't know their names?
Not right off, no.
Have you prepared a report?
In the process, yes.
You're in the process of preparing a report,
Yes, a lot of information.
but you've not spoken to any of those witnesses?
I've not directly, but they've all been interviewed. There's recorded interviews of those people in the case.
Okay, so other officers have spoken with those 4 witnesses?
Yes.
And what is your understanding of what those 4 witnesses have said?
I don't recall.
You have no idea what they said?
No.
I want to make sure I understand. Had there been a hearing previously this day in chambers?
In the courtroom?
No, in chambers.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. And so there's a video camera that is running in the district judge's chambers. Is that on all the time?
It's my understanding, yes.
Have you spoken with anyone about
I
why
agree,
that
X.
may be?
No. I mean, there's cameras throughout the courthouse.
Well, fair enough, but are you familiar with district judges' chambers normally, how they're set up?
No. I mean, some of them have video surveillance and some don't.
Right, but
This one does.
generally when they have surveillance, you agree with me that that is utilized when there is a proceeding going on in chambers, correct?
It could be, yes.
Okay. And I'm just,
Can I just say that judge's chambers looks like a janitor's closet? I would have thought a judge had a nicer office than that. True says at X, sheriff is being sued federally for not investigating SA between deputies and inmates.
asking, so this video didn't have an audio recording to it, correct?
There's no audio.
Outside of once the 4 people that were inside that we don't know their names, once these 4 people had left the chambers, were they in an area adjacent where they could hear anything that was going on?
Yes, I believe some of them did remain in the next room.
Okay.
It does. It looks like a janitor's closet.
What did they tell us?
Do I?
What did they hear?
I've not been I wasn't part of those interviews.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, you're prepared for a preliminary hearing on a murder, and there are witnesses in an adjacent room.
I mean, they heard
Can I put
gunshots.
my question, please?
Yeah, please, that's the question.
Thank you, officer. So you are investigating a murder and testifying in a preliminary hearing, and there are witnesses who may have overheard what preceded this edited clip, yet you can't tell us today anything that they said?
I've not personally listened to those interviews. I've talked to the other officers that did those interviews.
Fair enough, and I mean, we're here at a
Exactly,
preliminary
yes.
hearing, as you know, that you can testify to hearsay. I'm asking you what they said.
They heard gunshots.
Okay, was there any statements that the
That's why I said, like, he makes Isom look like the top-notch lead detective. Yeah, closet of sorts. Yeah. Hey, Lindsay, welcome back.
Be overheard.
No,
Were there raised voices?
there, one person stated that she didn't recognize him as being Judge Mullins' voice, but heard somebody say, "Help, help."
Presumably that would be after the firearm was drawn or shot.
Objection,
I would draw, Judge.
Withdraw.
So is there any testimony that you can give us today about any statements or arguments or the content of that argument prior to the shooting?
Getting close.
No.
I want to ask generally, so did you process the scene? Are you the lead investigator on this case?
I am.
Okay, so as a lead investigator, I would presume that you would have secured the chambers and evidence once you arrived.
I was part of that. Yes.
You were part of it, right? But you're the lead investigator, so you'd be in charge of.
And that's why I thought this case is going to be crazy because of the small town rumors and all that that's going to be flying. Like Sarah said, rumors are the judge was known for using his position to exchange treatments rather than jail time for women facing drug charges. He was quite hands-on, but that's just small town rumors. Yeah. It's definitely going to be one of those cases. I've been doing meal prep. If I missed welcoming you to chat, I am sorry. That's okay. We got her, Sky. We got it. X says, I'm always very skeptical of someone who doesn't remember much. They come off like they're lying. Not that he is, but it seems like maybe he's just being careful, but still. And you know what? And I thank Shiraz and X for saying that, because I did not, when I first watched this today, I didn't even consider that he would be holding stuff to his chest. But I'm like, okay, if this is them trying to get this video in, then he should be more forthcoming for these answers. But you're right. He could be holding stuff as close to his chest as possible. Because really, we haven't heard anything much from the defense side, what it's going to be. So.
Those duties and delegating what should be done. Is that fair?
No, I don't delegate what's done.
Okay, so you're the lead investigator. What does that mean?
I'm the case officer.
Okay, so you're carrying the case. So I want to make sure I understand. Had Judge Mullins been removed from chambers when you arrived?
No.
Were you able to ascertain, did he have a firearm on his person?
We did not locate one.
You did not locate one?
No, there was not one in the chambers.
Okay. And there was none on his person?
No.
Okay. All right. Who was the first person to arrive on behalf of law enforcement to investigate?
They were already in the courthouse.
Fair enough, but I'm talking about in terms of people that we may see a report.
Sarah says, and the reason there are now cameras in the chambers is because that's where the deputy took some inmates. No proof the judge was aware, but his chambers were used according to the lawsuit. Yes. X says, I feel like the state police should probably handle this, if not the FBI. Yeah, I agree. Shiraz says, this happened 5 days ago, and he still doesn't have a report. That should at least be a preliminary report. They can amend it as they find more info, but nothing. Nah. Right? That's the thing that got me. He can keep whatever he wants close to his vest. However, he is under oath here. What the hey? The lawyers from both sides and the cops all wear the Marine Corps high and tight hairdo. Nothing wrong with it, just an observation. Yeah, we call them flat tops here.
work from or take part in this investigation? Who would be the first person?
I believe Trooper Jason Bates was the first KSP personnel on scene.
And you spoke with him, and
I did.
he searched and did not locate a firearm?
No, he didn't search the scene. No.
His
role at that point was security of the scene.
I understand, but I'm just trying to ascertain. You said earlier that there was no firearm found.
No.
I'm wanting to know, can you tell us, was it specifically searched for a firearm?
In the judge's chambers,
Yes, sir.
there was myself, Detective Chris Collins, Detective Scott Caldwell, Detective Eric Caldwell. That's all I recall right now.
Okay, but I'm trying to understand. So who searched specifically for a firearm?
We all did.
And that was specifically something you looked for?
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay. Of course, your investigation, did you ascertain that prior in the day there had been a lunch meeting between Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins?
There was.
Patricia, I asked myself the same thing because I didn't see any fear or emotion on the sheriff's face. Like I could not read him. Oh, Sky, you're reading nervous. You're reading nervous on his face. Isn't the county called Letcher? If that's true, then it's close to the Torres County. True, I can't remember the county's name, but I know you would remember it. Names for guys, this migraine, I can't remember anybody's name. I couldn't even remember Isom there a minute ago. Wifey, oh, this is a state trooper. Oh man, bring in the feds. There's something about this guy that I don't know. I just don't trust where he's coming from. It's gonna be a weird case, guys. I was going to ask if anyone else picked that up. Wasn't sure if it was interpreting it correctly. And I had a hard time reading him completely. I didn't pick up nervous or mad on the witness, not the defendant. Oh, on the witness. Okay, I'm reading the defendant. Sorry. So strange he doesn't seem more emotional since the crime scene seems to be tied to emotion. Okay, see, Lindsay, I said the same thing. Elizabeth Whitney, I thought that was ironic. And the judge looks the part, in my opinion, of course. Yeah. The sheriff seems righteous and the witness seems nervous. Yeah, I got that from the lead detective. He seemed nervous, but sorry, I thought everybody was talking about the defendant. That's my fault. This case is being held in Leslie County. That is about 2 hours away from where the incident happened. It's right next to Harlan County in eastern Kentucky. Ever seen the show Justified? That show's not too far off reality. Ooh, I'll have to check that show out, Justified. I agree, this seems like a crime of passion. I agree with you, X. I think it's going to come out like that. So it was on the judge's phone. Wonder what the number was labeled as. How did sheriff know which to dial? Maybe it just had her name. Can you imagine? This is going to be a crazy case.
Sorry, I couldn't hear your response. I wasn't being trite. So where did this take place?
It's a restaurant called Street Side, and it's just down the street from the courthouse.
Okay. And it's my understanding there were a couple of other people who attended the luncheon?
There were several, yes.
Okay. And at some point after that, they wrapped up lunch and left, obviously, and went back to the courthouse. Are you aware of anything so far in your investigation that would tell us there was any issues at lunch between Judge
No,
Mullins and Sheriff Stines?
no.
I agree, Sheriff.
Someone on behalf of the KSB has spoken to those witnesses?
Yes, they've all been interviewed.
And there was nothing unusual that had arisen during that luncheon?
I was told that the judge made a statement to Mickey about, do we need to meet private in my chambers? That's all I was told.
Do you know the
Oh, X,
context?
you might be on to something. X, you might be on to something. Witness seems more than nervous to me. I feel like everyone knows why this has happened, but no one wants to talk. I feel like this witness knows much more than he's saying. I think many know more. Ooh, you are on to something there. You are on to something. Who knows? And I'm just speculating. This is my opinion. We haven't gotten to the case yet, but who knows? Maybe this lead detective was part of the game. Maybe he was part of it. At some point, he told the police arresting him that the judge was trying to kidnap his wife and daughter. God, this is going to be insane. Seems like the sheriff might have been a lot more upset about the fact, other than the fact that he was being federally investigated and sued, just saying. But again, true, if we think of it the other way, where he's being investigated for not investigating these essays, because maybe it's a all boys club, judge chamber club, and that's why he didn't. But then when maybe his daughter got involved, that's when he lost it, because he knew he couldn't fight the system the other way, because they all knew too much. So the judge had the sheriff's daughter's number in his phone. Hey, Win. Yes. X. That's what I've been thinking. They are releasing a little as possible right now. Yep, Sarah's like, of course everyone knows this is a very small town, about 20,000 entire county. It's like the old boys club in the judge's chamber. Oh, this is going to even get worse than I thought. If it involves a minor, they might not be able to disclose on the stand what they know. In small towns, everyone knows everything. I think we haven't even scratched the surface yet. I agree. X, you really opened my eye on that one. You really opened my eyes on that one. It was all fun and games until yep. I agree, Sarah. That's what I mean. He's probably a part of it. That's why he didn't investigate the others. Surely him being a man of the law isn't a aggravating factor, though. Oh, wow. And you're right, Bob. I agree. The judge's wife knows a lot more. She's stone-faced. True says, oh my God, maybe his daughter is on the videos with the judge on the videos. Sheriff found out during his deposition. Yeah. I think this is going to be, I just, that's why I feel like Fed should investigate this. I agree with you, X, because there's going to be way too much cover up. Everybody trying to save each other. Like you got to save this one to save your ass. Oh no, this is a small town. We're going to end up with a you know what situation on this one. I can see it coming. Oh, buckle up for the trolls once we figure this out. Here we go, people.
I do not.
What the conversation was before that they would need to discuss in chambers?
I do not.
So it's my understanding that in the larger portion of the video that we haven't had access to, that there is a point when Sheriff Stines asked for to see the telephone of Judge Mullins?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And I would presume that you and
That's
the
a
other
hard swallow
officers
there,
you
sir.
mentioned when you secured the scene, that you secured those phones as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
And have you reviewed both of those phones?
They're currently at the forensic lab at this time being downloaded. I have had discussions with the people at the lab regarding the downloads.
And those are a couple of other questions that I was going to ask you, but my original question was, have you reviewed or are you aware of the content of the phones?
I've not personally seen it because I've not received those reports yet.
Okay, again, based upon your conversations with the officers, are you aware of any?
True says this isn't just about the inmates on videos. I'm thinking he saw his daughter on a video. Effing hell, just saying, yikes, good grief. If that's the case, True, this is going to go crazy. This guy, I'm thinking they negotiate a plea agreement and we never learn what really is going on here. This has frustration writ all over it. Oh. You think so, Sherez? This dude is very measured in his answers. He even seems a little bit scared. Well, did you see that big swallow when he said that the sheriff asked to see the judge's phone? Yeah. Yes. Is that a yes? Yes. I see fear on his face. I agree. Remember, friends, the feds could take this over anytime they feel doing so would be best serve justice. They still might, but they're trying to see who all may be involved. Yeah. And if the feds take it over, they won't televise it, correct? Because I believe Fed cases don't get televised. When the feds get involved, the public gets shut out. Okay, see, there I go. I was right. Hello, Kairos. Local KSP should not be investigating this conflict of interest. I agree. I 100% agree. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, okay, so I was right. I just wanted to have the coffee crew correct me if I was wrong, because God forbid I be wrong right now.
Recent content that was up and could have been relevant at the time of their discussion?
I was told that Sheriff Stines had tried to call his daughter, and he had tried to call his daughter from the judge's phone also.
So, have you obtained the phone records from Judge Mullins' phone?
I don't have those in my possession yet. No.
Okay. Have you issued a search warrant for them?
Yes.
Okay. And have officers confirmed that the sheriff's daughter's phone number was on Judge Mullins' phone?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
So that number had been called from Judge Mullins' phone.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we don't have a viewing of what transpired during that exchange of phones. But based upon your review of those moments prior to, when Sheriff Stines observes that cell phone, was he previously seated?
Yes.
Okay, so in the clip we saw, he was standing the entire time.
He was seated in front of the judge's desk.
And he looks at the cell phone. What is it? Can you describe his reaction in the video that we haven't seen?
Whose reaction?
Well, the sheriff.
You can't see his face in the video.
Okay. But is it clear that, does it appear to you that, let me rephrase this. Did he stand up after
Yes.
looking at the phone?
He stood up.
And how long after he looked at the cell phone and stood up did this occur that you played?
Just seconds.
Did you make the decision as on edits today for what you were going to present?
Bob says whatever's going on here, the KR cops are way better at it. I'm afraid we would get a KR situation with this case. If the feds take over, we will know nothing, but if the child is involved, you know they're at least observing this. This is probably bigger than just a dead judge. Absolutely, X. Absolutely. Steph says, I think he looks medicated. The sheriff did not have to know what daughter's name was under the judge's phone. He only had to put in the first few numbers after area code. This is sad. To my eternal frustration, feds don't allow cameras, but they do allow reporters. I followed Sam Bankman-Fried's trial on Twitter. Difficult. The sheriff must be aware of what the judge is capable of. Maybe he was part of it at some point. Just changed his tune when his daughter got involved. You have to wonder what makes a man with a family career do something like this. We're not talking about a criminal type with nothing to lose. He emptied the mag and made sure he got him. Yes. And I would say, in my opinion, what would a dad do for his daughter, right?
Did you make the edit or determine which portion of the video we were going to see today?
No, sir, I did not.
Both cell phones have been sent to the Kentucky State Police Forensic.
Yes.
Hello, B Rabbit. Welcome to the Justice Roundtable. Welcome back also. I know very little about this case, but someone asked me about it. Hope you're well, Rochelle. I just got a really bad headache. I'll be fine. Thank you for saying that, Maggie, and welcome. Sheriff's dad is okay with his decision, it seems to me. He does. He doesn't look in. That's why I said I had a hard time reading him, but I think that's what's going to come out is that what I will later sky kind of got my mind on a project that came to me because of a song and talk after. Was going to write a book for some time, but since meeting Rochelle and you all, I may do a channel. You go, girl. You go. And you just let us know when you do it. I am one of your biggest supporters, Deb. You do it. You need any help, Deb, whatsoever, you let me know. Rabbit, B Rabbit. Hi, everyone. It's been a little while. Apologies, Rochelle. I didn't realize my membership wasn't auto-renew. Oh, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm just glad you're here in chat. Absolutely right, True. Deb, we are here to support you. Absolutely. That's exciting. That's absolutely exciting. You need any help, Deb, you just let me know.
Gene, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you gotten any early report on what was found?
No.
Were both phones still on the desk when you arrived?
The judge's phone was on the desk. Sheriff Stines' phone was on his person.
I will definitely help you out there. Absolutely. You just let me know. Thank you, Shiraz, for putting Steph's link in. B Rabbit says, I look forward to your channel at Deb H. This is awesome. Hello, Patty. Welcome.
Okay. So are there photographs of, was the phone locked at that point or was it still open?
With both of you asking about both of them, or?
Well, first let's talk about, that's fair. First, I'm talking about Judge Mullins, since it was the one that was still on the desk and presumably nobody touched it prior to you securing it, correct?
No.
So, yeah, so would like to know about that. Have you ascertained what was currently open on that cell phone?
No, I don't know at this point. No.
You don't know.
No.
Do you think that would be, important to learn?
I hope to learn that when the report's ready. Yes.
Thank you again, Shiraz, for putting True Crime Wifey's page channel up. Anyone that hasn't been to True Crime Wifey's, Steph's, please go over, like, share, subscribe. This is what this community is all about. Let's build everybody up.
But as of today, you can't tell us
No.
what was currently open on the judge's phone.
No, sir.
Did you?
We got you, Deb.
Conduct an
You can do it.
interview with Sheriff Stein's daughter?
I did not.
X says, as this man is the lead investigator, I find his testimony very troubling. It was the mayor or on the city council. I would go to the FBI myself, anonymously, of course. How much do you want to bet they will play this out? We're going to have another Donna situation, I think, on this one, guys. I think they're going to play this one out, and just as it gets to that point, the feds are going to take it over and we won't be able to see anything. Yeah. Sky Troop says, Straz, I appreciate your excellent mod work while we eat dinner. Patty says, I've been researching. Can't wait to see your research on this, Patty.
But she has been interviewed.
Are you aware of who was present when she was interviewed?
Lieutenant Randy Combs and Detective Anthony Trotter.
She was interviewed with or without her?
True says, this dude keeping the info tight. Kentucky State Police led, not revealing anything. Patty, feds won't, I don't think. Kentucky State has taken this far. Well, I'm hoping they don't, because then we won't have another Donna situation on our hands. But I don't know, Patty, like I was telling the rest of the crew, I think it's going to come down to he did this because somebody was messing with his daughter. She's underage, so you would think the feds would be looking at that, but and I'm also afraid of getting a KR situation with this case also.
With.
So her parent was present at the time you interviewed her?
Yes, I believe. I wasn't there, but yes, I think so.
Law enforcement has not spoken to her without her parent present?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did the Kentucky State Police?
Oh, absolutely, Shrez.
No.
You intend to obtain?
Okay, thank you, Patty. I did not know that. Age of consent is 16 in Kentucky. Anyone know how old she is? 17. But would they go back if it was prior? If it was prior to her turning 17, would they go back? And I appreciate the coffee crew because I'm Canadian. I think the FBI is just trying to find out how this plays out. I agree that at some point the feds will swoop in at some point. I can just feel it. This doesn't happen every day. Well, he shot him September 18th. So I'm just wondering if he found out that it happened before. He found out later. There's too many rumors right now with this case. It's crazy. This lead investigator looks shady. Could he have had something to do with the daughter also? He looks like act suspicious. Leah, and that's what I'm saying. I think that all these higher up are involved in this old boys club in the judge's chamber. you know, instead of giving out jail sentences, handing out condoms. That's what I think. That's a Romeo and Juliet provision. It's still legal if you're over 10 years older. Oh. Cameras in the judge's chamber. Why? Well, they were, from what some of the rumors are, is that some of the deputies and things like that were, instead of getting sentencing, you gave special favors. And it supposedly was happening in the judge's chamber, so then they put cameras. Does the perp's age matter in Kentucky? Age of consent is 16 in Florida, but only if another that's 22 years old, sorry. Lindsay, don't the feds have to be invited in? They can't just take jurisdiction. That's what I'm wondering. Again, guys, I'm sorry because I'm Canadian. It's 16, but under 18's 10 years age different limit. So that will definitely mean she would be classed as a minor. Leah, yes, friend. I think a lot of people might be involved in this, including this guy on the stand. Yep. And I think the sheriff was involved. In my opinion, I think the sheriff was involved in this whole old boys club, and but it changed for him when his daughter got wrapped up in it. At Plenty's Place, I used something you said the other night in a chat today. Someone was complaining. We'll just go away. We'll just skip that. I don't think Kentucky has a limit on how much older the offender can be than the minor. We're going to have to look this up, guys. There's 64 million others getting that cash too. Yeah. There's a lot. Like I said today, I got reamed today.
Records for her cell phone number.
Possibly.
I'm in
yes.
Kentucky. Yes, it's 10 years
Do
difference.
you believe that will be?
Oh, Sarah, see, I was going to ask you if you were in Kentucky because you were very knowledgeable, and I appreciate you being here, especially for this case. I'm in Kentucky. Yes, it's 10 years difference. Promise. Thank you, Sarah, for that knowledge. Lee, so sick. OMG, so many sickos out there. Absolutely. Right, Leah? Hello, Mary. Welcome. Hey, Rianne. Welcome.
Assume that you'll do that.
Mary Brown, you got a
Could
question?
be, yes.
Absolutely. We are here for it. What's your question, Mary?
Had you already intended to do that, or did you just respond to my question?
Well, the call should be on the judge's records too.
Well, I understand.
And
but-
she's made statements about what occurred during those conversations.
I understand that, but I would presume that, have you ascertained whether Judge Mullins also had apps that stand outside of phone records?
I've not received those records yet. I don't know what's on the
Well,
phone.
fair enough, but I mean, did you look at the phone? Did it appear there were apps on it?
I'm not the person that's qualified to look through the phone.
Okay, but
You need
you're
Corbett.
using Cell phones, they can
You need
host
Corbett.
other forms of communication. Yes, sir.
What's the objection?
He's asked the question 4 or 5 different ways.
Mary, that is a great question. I don't know. I think somebody's going to get in trouble for it. I'm actually shocked that this video is still up, to the point where I clipped a part of it today just because I was so shocked that they were going to. I thought this video was coming down, or at least blurred. I think somebody's going to get in trouble for it. I really do. 10 years is a little much in my opinion, but that's what the law is. 26 and 16 is legal, which is still creepy. It truly is. What does a 26-year-old need with a 16? I can't even. X says also consent in a rather nebulous term is a rather nebulous term. If a judge is using his position to gain favor in any way, especially sexual consent doesn't legally apply, she will be considered underage victim. Yeah, because it would be authority, right? Use his authority position. True says, I truly believe Sheriff might have seen his daughter on a video in chambers where deputies were doing things with inmates. He ended up seeing his daughter. The depot 2 days before the shooting is key. We need to see that depot. We need the depot. I think True, like you and I spoke about this. I think this is going to go bad. There's going to be a lot of people. Got to catch them when they're not aware enough to figure out what a total loser you are. Yep. I'm 55, never seen that, and the family. Oh my gosh, right, Mary? I was shocked when I saw that today. I was completely shocked because I was like, no way. Law and Crime doesn't usually show that. Like we even seen with Charlie's trial, right? They didn't show that screen when they were showing anything about Dan at all. Why they showed this, I have no idea. Like I said, I'm very shocked it's still up.
The detective repeatedly said he does not have a report with phones, he's not looked at the phone. He can't testify that matter.
I'll let him ask the question, and what he can only testify what he has personal knowledge about.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right.
So you're aware that phones can be used for apps such as Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. And that is not something that is captured by cell phone records. You would agree with me?
I agree.
Okay. So in light of that, although the records may be mutually the same, right, the same between Judge Mullins' phone and the sheriff's daughter, do you believe that you could also ascertain other information from the cell phone app content?
Are you?
Sarah, absolutely. I'm glad they did, though. Learned a lot from the wife's reaction. She was just stoned. There was nothing. It truly was brutal. Truly was. Like, I agree with Sarah, but I think also the camera should have been faced away from the screen. We didn't need to see that. Obviously, the courtroom's going to see it, but I'm shocked it was televised. I'm very shocked for that. But the wife was stone-faced, and the first thing she did is she looked over at the daughter. She looked over at the sheriff's daughter. I'm telling you, it's not right, guys.
You ask him what apps are on the phone?
Yes. Well, that was my original question.
I don't know I've not received that report yet. I don't know what apps he had downloaded on the phone.
If he has social media apps, do you intend to?
That could lead to additional search warrants, yes.
If you would, officer, please let me finish before you move forward, and I'll try to slow down a little bit as well, okay?
Sure.
Fancy courtroom, rinky judge chambers. It was the janitor's closet. That's what it looked like to me. 16 and 22 is legal in Florida. Judge is much older than 27. If daughter is 17 in this case. Crime of passion, temporary insanity. Judge's wife did not cry at all after the video. Goodness, right, True? It's nothing from her. That's a stark and formal courtroom. And a broom closet for a judge's chamber. Daughter had her back to her wife. Shouldn't have traumatized her more. Yeah, daughter had her back basically away from the video, right? But the judge's wife sure did look over her way. Judge was 54. So the crying, True and I have a different perspective. She thinks the sheriff's wife was crying. I think it was the mother or sister or whoever of the judge that's sitting beside the judge's wife. Wife was confronting her mother-in-law. Oh, yeah, mother. What about an extreme emotional distress? That's what I'm wondering, right? I'm wondering if he can say that he had a whiff of all this going on, and he was basically probably say, let's just play this out, that he was probably threatened by other higher ups, because that's why he didn't go and take care of any of this stuff with the deputies. And then all of a sudden his daughter gets mixed up into it and he just snaps. Oof, I just watched the shooting video. The desk moving after the shooting, chilling. Right, B Rabbit? They moved this hearing over like 2 counties away from Letcher where it happened. Closet Chambers was at another courthouse. Yes. Sorry, that's my fault. I hope this judge has a better Chambers. He was pissed. He was walking out and then took a couple more. Yeah, he made sure it was empty. If it was the mother of the judge crying and another woman behind them was crying too, but not this wife, not his wife. That's right. His wife, nothing from her. Yep. Wanted to make damn sure he was forever released from the surly bonds of his earth. Yep. Absolutely, Shrez. He was not leaving until it was done. And that to me is a rage. That is a rage. Yep. Walked out with his hands behind his back. I think, like I said, there's going to be so much more to this story, because right now he's looking like he didn't investigate the deputies for the essay. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But what if it comes down to his hands were tied because of all these higher up people in this all boys janitor closet club? That's what I'm going to call it. The janitor closet club. Wife could be medicated. Could be. Thanks, Shiraz, for putting Patty's channel in the chat. I appreciate that. I just think it's going to be a town corruption thing that's going to unfold with this.
Have you determined whether there were any previous issues, personal or professional, between Sheriff Stines and Judge Mullins?
I've heard things.
What have you heard?
Sarah says the wife is obviously angry. She knows what's going to come out in this trial. And okay, if I speak wrong, please correct me. So we're in a little town in Kentucky. Obviously, there's going to be a hierarchy in this town of, who's who type of thing. So this wife, being a wife of a judge, would probably be very high up in this hierarchy. And if it comes out that her judge was this nasty human being, then she loses her position in this town. Am I far off on that, guys? Shirley Bonds of Earth has a Canadian P-51 pilot. Of Earth has a Canadian P-51 pilot. She's mad at him because he's embarrassed her. Okay, so I'm not far off on that whole coming after the Sandra Brickmore case too. So much corruption. Yep. Sarah says 100. Thank you, Sarah. Wife is mad because of the crap coming out. Yep. And that's the way I was looking at her, is that this is a small town. It's smaller than where I live. And there's a hierarchy here. So, and I'm not trying to be crude or anything, but I've also thought that in a lot of the southern towns, there was hierarchies. Bob Douglas Bader. Wife is mad because of the crap coming out. Yeah.
Just that this regarding the lawsuit that the Letcher County Sheriff's Office is currently involved with.
The lawsuit that involved ultimately a criminal conviction of a deputy for sexual behavior in the judge's chambers. Is that the one you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. And the subject matter of that lawsuit, the chambers area, that's the same chambers in which this occurred. Is that correct?
I'm not familiar with the details of that case that the lawsuit resulted from.
Okay. Are you aware of any criminal reports that Sheriff Stines had made of Judge Mullins prior to this day? Did you personally observe Sheriff Stines following this video?
Did I personally observe him? What?
Did you meet with him? Did you talk to him after?
He was in custody when I arrived at the courthouse that afternoon.
And at some point, did you draw any observation about his demeanor?
He was mostly calm, I thought. I mean, I talked to him, but he didn't say nothing about why this had happened. But he was calm. He was kind of afraid that basically all he said was, "Treat me fair." That's basically the comments he made.
Okay. Did he also make a statement about?
X says, what gets me is so often this is what people in power like. Often these judges and cops are just simply not good people. It's really sad. Power goes to the head, right? Power goes to the head, and they think they're above any law. We've got that here. We've had so many police officers that will pick up women that are in trouble, take them for a drive, and then drop them off and never get charged. It's here too. Sorry, I just missed several minutes, but I haven't seen this entire thing. I only seen the first 30 minutes. You're well beyond that now. My opinion can change. Laugh out loud. When did you stop watching, True? It's not very long. We can rewind it. Can someone please give these guys an espresso? Right, Elizabeth? Patricia, no ma'am. He was a famous Canadian pilot who lost both legs and returned to fighting. There is an excellent story about his capture by the Germans. Oh, no, you don't need to do that. I just thought that the wife had squealed out. Oh, okay. Yep. Patricia, yes, absolute power corrupts. Absolutely.
I didn't see it in the citation. You're somewhere along the line. I saw.
Look at him. Did you guys look at this? Look at this jack-o'-lantern. Look at him. I've got to go back a few seconds. Watch him shake his head and stare over at the defense.
He was kind of afraid that basically all he said was, "Treat me fair." That's basically the comments he made.
Okay. Did he also make a statement about? I didn't see it in the citation. You're somewhere along the line. I saw.
You see that, guys?
About protecting his family.
I wasn't present, but when he was taken into custody, I was told by one of the other officers that were there that he made the comment, "They're trying to kidnap my wife and kid."
So this plays into my thought, guys, of the heat was coming down on the sheriff for not investigating the essays. And who knows? Who's they, right, Sarah? And the heat's coming down on him. He's probably like, I need to do something about this. This is my livelihood, blah, 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 blah. And they all then start freaking that if he says anything, we're all going to be revealed for what's going on. And then they start threatening him. If you do anything, you say anything, you speak, whatever, we'll come after your wife and daughter. I think there's a lot more to this. He looks pissed. He doesn't want this info released until they can get their case together. I agree, Sherez. I agree. Welcome back, Armand. How's your mom doing? Just got back home and the crew is still alive. We're still going. How's your mom?
Now, have you ascertained any evidence that this shooting was pre-planned?
No. Not
Say
this
that
time.
again, sister.
And would you agree that from what we've seen so far, from the evidence you've seen so far, the shooting was a reaction to what was on that cell phone in that moment? Is that accurate?
Objection, Your Honor. Call for speculation outside.
Hey, I might be a circus freak, but I'd catch on sooner or later. Now you're starting to get it, Rochelle. It's a large corrupt crime ring and everyone is involved in one way or another. And I think, who knows, maybe he was threatened. Because they said he was heard saying, they're trying to kidnap my wife and kid, or my wife and daughter. Amron Fence said, 2 hours, you're back early. Good job. Your mom appreciates you. Absolutely. You were able to declutter in under 24 hours with your mom, Armand. I don't realize that was even possible. Yeah, that's a chore. Trisha, unsure, but when I finish the dishes, I will be all over it. Do they have traffickers in I think, Debbie Bright, I think you're saying, do they have traffickers in this area? I will refer that to our friend Sarah. Is there a known trafficking issue in Kentucky? Sarah's from Kentucky. That's why I'm referring to her. Oh, she already answered. Thank you. Yes, Appalachia. Wow. These officials are like Sergeant Schultz. They know nothing. Right, Miss Sky? Stephanie says the word clutter triggers me. Okay, Sarah says yes, because that, especially in that area, very poor area. Shrez, we have been decluttering for weeks already. She's a big time hoarder, still keeps glasses, my siblings, and I drank from when we were 3 years old. Oh. It is my granddad died at Dunkirk during Battle of Britain. Oh, wow. Is he looking at the sheriff thinking, buddy, you're getting me in trouble because I was heard too. I know nothing about this case, but he looks very nervous on the stand. So that's really good, Leah, for you to say he looks nervous and you know nothing about the case, because that's what we've all pulled from his face, is that he's nervous or got an anger nervous to him. I believe that's why the feds haven't moved yet, because by just observing the whole thing, they can get a better idea of who all is involved and in this and who they can get to snitch, so to speak. But geez, if they come in on this, they got a spider right there and I want to get rid of it. just don't want them to come in when we get too deep into it, because then we don't need that. Isn't it considered area of the cornbread mafia? Interesting. I've never heard of that. I am not sure. I agree, Patricia, right? He looks like he's got a nervous, scared, anger type thing going on. X, I believe this witness is afraid he may get... Ooh. So somebody higher up than him that's in this janitor closet group. Hey, morning feed. Welcome. In Kentucky and Madison County, a new nonprofit, Redeeming Hope, is... Sorry, eyes are getting blurry. Hope is aiming to open a group home for girls aged 14 to 18 who are healing from human trafficking. Oh, thank you for that morning feed. Thank you very much for that. Anybody here that has not been here for a while, Morning Feed has a wonderful channel. She does a great thing for victims and helps people. Please go over, like, subscribe, show your support. I appreciate when you show your support to these other channels. So thank you very much.
Sure, I believe if he has formed an opinion about the investigation up to this point, especially at a preliminary hearing,
Or sustained.
Sure. So, is there anything?
I agree, B Rabbit, but you know what? These people are gross and putrid. Ugh. It just... Is that his daughter sitting right behind him? Yes. You're welcome, my dear. Shirley Bonds at birth. I'm jumping into a private conversation there.
Other than the content of the phone, that this video will reveal to us about why this took place?
No.
Does it appear that this took place as a reaction to what was happening in the chambers at that point?
Leah says maybe she could get up on the stand and tell everyone everything, expose them all. She probably will be a witness. Yes, the brunette behind the sheriff is his daughter. The good old town is going to be cleaned up, right, Miss Sky? Absolutely. It seems like it needs a... What? Everything's getting reset nowadays, though.
I can say it occurred after a phone call was made. I don't know what was said or nothing like that. But
Fair enough. But I'm not asking you the content of any of that. But at this point, is it your theory that...
As far as we know, it's not guilty. They haven't said anything about an insanity or anything. Nothing. Just not guilty. Meanwhile, there's a video.
whatever that content was in the discussion was the impetus of the shooting?
it could be, but I don't know that for a fact.
Okay. Do you have any evidence up until this point that you have developed that would demonstrate that it was not, as a reaction to what was on the phone?
No.
None whatsoever?
No.
Okay. Here's if I had just one moment to confer.
I agree, X. I absolutely agree. Good chance, very good chance he is in on this, I think. My opinion, that this case is just starting, so I've made my opinion, and I'll see how it plays out.
Did you attempt to speak to Sheriff Stines at the Leslie County Jail after the incident?
No,
Did anyone from your agency attempt to interview him?
not to my knowledge, no.
And at that point, had he asserted his right to an attorney or anything?
No,
But nobody went back to try to talk to him or do an interview?
no.
That's right, Leah. The daughter looks like she feels entitled or something. That's just something about her actions. This case is just starting, so I've made my opinion. I think the daughter is daddy's little princess, right? So she's probably she can do no wrong in daddy's eyes. Night, Patty. He's under oath here. What? The H. Yep. Yeah, this is going to be bigger than we all think, I think. Can I say I think too many times? I think. It's like calling Meghan Markle. I'm a shit disturber.
I think I have one other question. In addition to cell phones that we discussed, the cell phone of Sheriff Stines and the cell phone that you found of Judge Mullins, were there additional phones that you were able to obtain?
There was one other phone that's currently being examined, and the basic reason it was seized was there was a text conversation between Sheriff Stines and some of his employees with the sheriff's
I
office.
agree with you, Bob.
Okay, and that was an additional phone of Sheriff
I
Stines.
think therefore I am.
It was a phone of, I guess she's the, I don't know what her title is, but she's employed. She's not sworn. She's employed by the Letcher County Sheriff's Office. And she voluntarily gave her phone to the person that interviewed her.
Okay, and just out of curiosity, could you explain why that was relevant or germane to your investigation?
I didn't conduct that interview, but it was, I guess it was regarding the dinner at Streetside and things that led up to the shooting. But I don't have those results either, so I don't know exactly what was said.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought when we discussed that earlier that you indicated there was no evidence.
I'm going to have to look that up.
At the launch.
I haven't seen those conversations yet. I've not received the downloads from the phone.
Right, but I asked you if you're aware of any information that could have been gleaned from witnesses at that meeting. And as I recall, you said no, but there is some information that something was discussed at this lunch. Is that correct?
I don't know what was discussed at lunch.
I understand, but you obtained this lady that we don't know her name. You obtained her phone in an effort or based on a belief that she would be able to demonstrate what was said at lunch. So you would agree with me, you believe that there is a witness or information that may have popped up at lunch.
There's a recorded interview with her in the case, and I'm yet to receive the downloads of the phone, so I don't know what they contain.
Okay, has that phone been sent to the forensic examination as well?
Yes.
Thank you. Also, that's all I have. Thank you.
Redirect. Questions? Has Judge Mullins, he sent to medical examiner's office?
Good evening, Kimber. Armand says, sorry, I'm late and don't yet get it. Judge was having an affair with his daughter, wife, or both. None of us know, Armand. None of us know. It's all speculation, all rumors right now, but it does seem like it's a small town corruption, and it's a lot of higher ups. That's the way it's looking right now. I've heard Justified is excellent. It's been recommended to me many times. We should all start watching it. I'm trying to figure out where I would, in Canada, where would I watch it? It's a good show, very entertaining and accurate portrayal of the haulers of Kentucky. Yeah, right, true. You're the head of the investigation. What do you know, buddy? Exactly. So they're still waiting for the phone evidence. Maybe that's why he is being so tight. I would hope there's an outside. Agency that's not connected to these higher ups, because who's saying they won't get rid of this evidence? Leah, are they all like Pity Diddy? I hope everything comes out and everyone's involved in these sick actions pay the price for what they've done. It's just so much sickness in the world. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. The area between the hills is the holler. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. It's shocking how rampant it is. I had no idea. How's it going? Sky said something to me. I think he was making fun of me. At Crime and Coffee, you get Netflix in Canada. I do. But again, is it the American Netflix or is it on the Canadian Netflix also? I'll have to check. It's on YouTube. Actually grew up in a place. I actually grew up in a place called Turkey Holler. Nice. Oh, wait. That's Loretta Lynn. You almost got me, Bob. Welcome to the coffee crew, B. So the feds are conducting the essay because of the lawsuit, but it looks like the state police are doing the murder. Is anybody else kind of concerned that that the evidence will be tampered with? Okay, true story. I thought you were trying to get me, and I was like, no, wait, that's Loretta Lynn, because you were just singing a minute ago. Butcher Holler, Loretta Lynn. Thank you. Yes, Bob. Loretta Lynn is from Butcher Holler. Oh, thank you so much, B. I love this channel. Thank you. Channel is a breath of fresh air. It's all it's good. All it is here. Breath of fresh air. Like I said, you have issues out in YouTube world when you come into the coffee shop, leave it outside the door. I have to wonder why the evidence is missing from this hearing. I think this is just, and somebody correct me, and I know I'm going to say this wrong, and Shiraz always corrects me, and I hope she does. Voir dire to get this video in. I think that's what this is. There's a lot of haulers around here. I'm going to need to go to Kentucky too. I'm going to need to.
He was.
Have you received that report yet?
No.
Have you had an informal conversation with him regarding his cause of death?
Yes.
And what was that?
Multiple gunshot wounds.
The video we showed earlier, that a true and accurate clip copy of what you received?
Yes.
From Lieutenant Exhibit 1, Your Honor.
You object?
Right, I'd ask, of course, all we saw today was the clip, but I asked it be admitted in its entirety.
Victory is mine. I blame it on my Canadian accent, eh? Still very pathetic. Absolutely. Still very pathetic on that stand. Absolutely. I agree. Shrez, that's one way to pronounce it. I hate that I'm such a fekin pendant. I even annoy myself. Folks in the South pronounce it Vardir. Vardir. Listen, I blame it on my Canadian accent, eh? I blame it on that. But I don't feel bad, Shrez. I appreciate when you do that. I truly do. I truly do appreciate it. Carl calls it something unrecognizable like War Dyer. Yep, he does. Vardir.
You want to respond to that?
Did y'all, I don't think preliminary hearings required for talk.
Dyer.
I think it was outside the purview of these procedures today.
Yeah, I think if you're going to see the whole video, you should have objected, or I'll admit the short clip. Yeah. Let the clerk enter that as exhibit number 1.
He'll omit the short video, but he will not omit the long video. Interesting there, Judge. Carl says it like a Texan. That's why I say why Dyer. I pronounce it the way you do, but only because that's how it was said in the first time I heard it said out loud.
Hey, Detective, this is an ongoing investigation.
Yes, it is.
And as this ongoing investigation proceeds, you will be obviously interviewing more people if necessary, submitting more evidence to the lab.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Recross. All right. Any other witnesses for the Commonwealth? All right. You may sit down. Any witnesses for the defendant? I'll find probable cause and bind this case over the grand jury. Anything else? Anything else before we adjourn court?
There's no, we're not allowed to sum up, Judge, what.
Oh, if you want to make an argument, sure.
It seems like I may change your mind, Judge.
It is a probable cause hearing, so, but yes,
Actually,
take your best shot.
thank you, Your Honor. Well,
How much do you think that judge just regretted those words coming out of his mouth? It's almost like he's like, I didn't just say that. Exactly. I mean, how can we trust this judge? How do we know if they aren't all corrupt? That's what's so problematic about all this. I agree, X. Like, why? Why not omit the whole video? What's nothing like the old boys network, right, Marion? My entire vocabulary is 70% bookish. I can spell words, but nobody in orbit uses them, so I have no idea how to say them. I'm just gonna, because that bugged me when he said it. I'm like, how much do you want to bet he, because you can see it on his face. He's like, that didn't just come out of my mouth.
Probable cause and bind this case over the grand jury. Anything else? Anything else before we adjourn court?
there's no, we're not allowed to sum up, Judge, what.
Oh, if you want to make an argument, sure.
It seems like I may change your mind, Judge.
It is a probable cause hearing, so, but yes,
Actually,
take your best shot.
thank you, Your Honor. Well, so, murder under our statute, as the court knows, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but if there is an issue as to extreme emotional disturbance, then there has to be some evidence that would rebut that. And specifically, when I asked the witness today if there was any evidence to rebut that this occurred as a direct result in the moment of this observation, I have none. And I give it's just probable cause. But I think they've established probable cause for manslaughter first, but not murder. Because I've heard nothing that indicates that this is not, an example of an extreme emotional disturbance relative to the phone. At any rate, Judge, respectfully, I understand the court's previous ruling, but I did want to address that with you.
No, that's fine. Let
Thank you, Your Honor.
the Commonwealth respond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Extreme emotional disturbance is a defense. There's not been a defense presented here to this court today. The evidence presented to this court today is that the judge was intentionally shot and killed multiple times by the sheriff, and there's probable cause to find the grand jury murder charge.
Yeah, I agree. There's probable cause to proceed as murder.
Sure.
All right. Anything else before we report today?
Your Honor,
Yep.
in terms of, we'd like to discuss, if we could, lodging from here where he's transported. Is it the court's intention to have him take, and I don't want to discuss that potentially publicly, Your Honor.
I'm not sure I can make that, help you on that.
Yes, Your Honor. So,
I mean, we could, you're welcome to staff court and discuss that. I'm not sure I can tell the.
yes, Your Honor. So the transport order that was entered that will direct Sheriff Stines to go back to where he came from, Judge. Is that fair?
Let's adjourn court and we'll talk about that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know that I can change where he's going to be at.
I'm sure. Yes, sir.
We can discuss it. All right.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Court's adjourned.
Yes, sir.
Maybe has a deviated septum. I have no idea. A lot of puzzle pieces missing here. Oh gosh, a lot of puzzle pieces. I'm confused. What's difference between long video or short video? What's left out? Exactly, Deb. So the short video is what we've seen, right? But there's supposed to be more to the video, and for some reason the judge will only omit the short video and not the long video. Where's Rashi when you need him? He's good at puzzle pieces. Yep, giving us the details here. So emotional disturbance. Hello, Crimes Untangled. Emotional disturbance. Yeah, put this over here because True was great to find this video for us. It's just short. So I want to stop screen. Thank you so much, True, for finding this. Okay, so we'll do Crime and Coffee. I sent you 2 more links. Please show the singing with the sheriff and daughter. Then the other one next. I definitely will. Don't know why YT is pushing a lot of Sarah Boone latest motions to me. Guessing something is coming to happen tomorrow. I think she has a hearing tomorrow. I got to look into that. I won't be doing the hearing tomorrow. I got to work. And but I will be going over the hearing tomorrow night. Right. The video we saw only showed the sheriff after he was already standing up. Where's the parts on the phone? Exactly. The camera caught the part where sheriff went in and the whole phone exchange took place. Defense wants that in. Yep. And I think they should be able to. Sheriff's, exactly. I said that, Bob. I said that. Sheriff's daughter is just the judge's wife minus 30 years. Absolutely. There was a lot of similarities there. No. I don't think you're victim blaming. Oh, Hugh and I texted today. Nurse is with him all day. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm going to play this one that True got us, and then I'll get the other one up.
has been charged with fatally shooting a judge in his chambers. That crime has shocked the small town where the murder happened, and it couldn't be in starker contrast to some of the video that we uncovered of the sheriff.
It's shocking video of a local Kentucky sheriff who's been charged with shooting a judge to death. In the video obtained by Inside Edition, you can see the accused sheriff lip-syncing with his daughter inside his patrol car. She's in the back seat wearing an orange t-shirt. Now the choice of songs is raising eyebrows. It's Eric Clapton's version of Bob Marley's iconic I Shot the Sheriff. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. When they're finished, they break out into I Fought the Law. Sheriff Shawn Stines faces charges of shooting Judge Kevin Mullins inside his chambers in the town of Whitesburg, Kentucky. No motive.
No, it's not great.
Motive is known. Now the sheriff who once sang I Shot the Sheriff stands accused of shooting the judge.
The sheriff and the judge were said to be
Wow. Okay, so True sent me another one. So we'll play this one too. She's much younger here, approximately 11 or 12. Yep. She is a very pretty girl. They're making too much out of the songs, just having some fun with his kid when times were more normal. Well, because you figure she's 17, right? So if she's 12, 13 there's a big gap. True says the second link starts about 8 minutes with Vinny P. Thank you. I'll go to 8. I'll just go before 8 minutes. And agree. If you're in law enforcement, you probably have these songs in your back pocket to play at moment's notice.
It's the first responders that are responding to this, and they know the suspect and they know the victim, just like everybody else in the town, but they worked with them intimately. So this is just unreal for most people that have been touched by this in this small town.
And Matt, you've been on the ground there, obviously. A lot of rumors floating around, but any idea on the possible motive associated with this?
Yeah, and you brought it up earlier, right? It's that federal investigation, that federal lawsuit. That's what people keep on bringing up. There's no official motive in all of this that has come forward. Right now, all of this is still under investigation with the state police. But Court TV has obtained these court documents that I want to talk about briefly. The days leading up to this.
Absolutely. I agree, Sarah. I agree. You can tell she's daddy's little girl. And this is going to be insane. Shrez says, pardon me, feds are already involved. I think the feds are involved in the SA case against the sheriff. That old judge with the painted eyebrows is a nightmare.
This deadly shooting just a couple days before, it was Sheriff Stines that was deposed in a federal lawsuit involving a former deputy under his command who pled guilty to forcing a woman to have sex with the deputy in Mullins' chambers. This happened years ago, after hours, in exchange to keep that person out of jail. We reached out to the attorneys, and they say that they're actually waiting for the discovery in this murder case now to see if that will play into this other federal case, sex abuse case.
And in those, the allegations are not that the sheriff was taking part in all of it, but the sheriff was overseeing the deputy who was accused in all this?
That's very correct. Yeah, I'm really glad that we're making that point. So there's no indication that the sheriff was involved in the sexual misconduct, but he was deposed and brought up into this lawsuit because he was the boss. And also, there is no allegations that the judge had any idea what was going on after hours in his chambers.
All right, Matt Johnson in Kentucky tonight. Big day tomorrow. I know we're going to be speaking tomorrow night as well. Thanks so much, Matt. I want to bring in a special guest joining us by phone tonight, the attorney who represents the woman suing Sheriff Mickey Stines. Ned Pillersdorf is with us. Ned, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Sure, someone is to blame for those eyebrows. This stuff is straight out of Mrs. Old soap operas. Yep. True. Is there more on this, or did you want me to play the interview also? Okay, I think the judge knew perfectly well what was happening in his chambers. How could he not, right? How could he not? I think that's why the wife is so angry. I call BS that the judge didn't know what was happening in his chamber. I agree with you, Sarah. How could he not? And I get it. He's the victim at this moment. But I have a funny feeling that this dad was pushed to his limit. And I'm telling you, if he was what I am thinking he is, way to go, Sheriff. Way to go. Anyway, we shouldn't have fun of him unless we learn he's a scumbag. I had to censor myself every time they show this photo. I agree. I will, if he's the victim, I will definitely support any justice for him. But if he is one of, I really can't separate it right now, because how do you not know what goes on in your chambers? Right? An emotional disturbance per defense. How do you not know what's going on in your chambers? And the thought that he mouthed out, just treat me decent. They were threatening to kidnap. They were threatening to kidnap my wife and child, my wife and daughter. They. Who is they? Who is they? Yeah, Vinny is tied in with the stalling by the cop about phone evidence. Yep. It's difficult to see him as a victim right now. It truly is. It's hard because I've thought some really funny observations, but I'll save them for later. Oh, I'm just as new to this case as you are. I don't know further details, but this hearing has told us lots. Yeah. Like, even the lead detective said, they are threatened to kidnap his wife and daughter. So did he go and take the head off the snake? Like, I'm just saying, guys, and I don't need hate mail. I don't need anything where this is a discussion channel. If you're lurking, do not send me an email. We're just discussing here. I have to put a disclaimer, guys, because you have no idea what I got today. It's hilarious. But I'm having a hard time. We have opinions, and that's right. We have opinions, and the right ones. Yep. Is there a video out there of the meeting with 4 people in Judge Chambers before the shooting? Well, that's why I think the defense asked for the whole video to go in. But the judge said he was only going to omit the short one. I think there. Why the heck is wrong with people? So many seedy, vile creeps roaming this earth. Exactly, B-Rabbit. Maybe we see a reset to clean them off the face of the earth. Why else would Judge have a camera in his chambers? I agree. It's killing me because I'm not funny in real life, but damn. There must be more to that office than we see in the video. Yeah, because it's like a freaking janitor's coat closet or something. It makes you wonder how many would be future victims this sheriff may have possibly saved. Right? Like, maybe he was threatened to keep his mouth shut over the essay. Maybe he was threatened and he did what he didn't say anything because of the fact it's his livelihood. He's in a small town, it's the hierarchy. Could easily be ruined. Easily be ruined. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe the deputy and all these people are in on it. Maybe the sheriff wasn't in on it. Maybe the sheriff put 2 and 2 together and they threatened him. That's why he didn't investigate the deputy, because maybe all this hierarchy came down on him. Wonder if they can round up a bunch of young women that were busted for narcotics and give them same deal. Yep, Bob, you're right. I'm thinking more and more about what was on that phone. Because the sheriff knew to check the phone. Sliding in late. Hey, friends. Hey, Irene. I know that's probably not right to think, but the sheriff comes off sympathetic to me. When I first started watching this today, and I've seen a few things about it, I have never once thought any different about the sheriff. I truly did not think any different. That my thought first went there. So that's why I said I'm putting out my thoughts on this so far before it goes any further. And if I'm wrong, I will admit, but I think that we're going to see something. Hello, Jane. You missed a lot. The deal where you get no jail time if you hop up on the table over there, right? Exactly. We can make that charge go away. True says, I didn't know most of this when we spoke. It was a suggestion about a new case. I thought something was awry from the beginning. That's why you are a Crime and Coffee live, Rochelle. I'm just going to call it as I see it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will admit I'm wrong, and I will apologize to the family if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. The wife is his wife. I'm sorry. If your husband is shot down like that and you're watching a video of somebody unloading on your husband, you're going to have a reaction. And this was only September 18th. Only. So I'm sorry, you're not over it. You're not over it in that little bit of time. Michelle, this community rocks. I thank you. I adore the coffee crew. Absolutely, I do. Guys, I think you're going to see judges. I think you're going to see lawyers. I think you're going to see higher up. I just think you're going to see cops. You're going to see high up businessmen. I think you're going to see that this is going to be like an old boys club getting their rocks off. That's what I think we're going to see. His wife looked more concerned about her mother-in-law than what she was seeing. It's weird. She's gorgeous too. Yeah, his wife is gorgeous. But she really had a focus on the sheriff's daughter. I think so too, True. The judge was very involved in getting women into drug treatment programs. It adds up. It's just disgusting. Not unless she was over her marriage already. Don't think they were divorced, though. I could be wrong. Sheriff's daughter. I could be wrong. I truly could be, and I will admit it, but what is true crime if we don't have a discussion in the beginning of a trial that we don't know much about? We don't. And then we discuss it as we go through the trial. Where, we can have the opinions back and forth. What this piece of evidence, did this help us with what we're thinking? Or did it change our minds? Who done it? Who done it? Absolutely. Oh, Judge. Yeah, I should not put that up on the screen. Better be careful with that comment. I agree. That's where it's leading, Jane. True says, we are okay after Helene. She went east and spared us. I'm heartbroken for NC. There has been very little rescue. That's sad. So what have we learned? Sheriff may have had a valid reason, and we're probably going to learn a whole lot about the way he ran his department, and we aren't going to like it. That's what I'm thinking, Shrez. I'm split in two ways, though, guys. I'm split in two ways. Was the sheriff involved? Did he know this whole thing's going on and then flipped out when his daughter got involved? Or was he not involved but ended up getting involved when his deputy got caught and he refused to investigate? Because in my opinion, I think that's what it is. And the higher-ups threatened to keep his mouth shut. I'm thinking maybe Judge just had pics and vids that he shouldn't have had. Yeah, I think we're in for a shock. And like I said, unless the feds say, shut it down. Because, they may come in and say, shut it down just because of who's all involved. Because they can keep it quiet. That feels right. Sheriff knew, then found out. Judge helped himself to someone in his family. I think that's what's going to happen. What would set a dad off to that point where he literally unloaded? It's going to be his baby girl. It's going to be his baby girl. And the deputy stuff was years. I think it was like a couple years ago, if I'm correct. So he didn't unleash then. Could be also over some of his daughter's friends as known victims. Could be, but I don't know if he'd go to that massive extreme. Why would the sheriff's daughter be anywhere near the judge, though? Was he committing crimes? Was she committing crimes? Maybe it was just, who knows? Who knows, Patricia? I can't even take a guess on that one. I think the sheriff went to the deposition and found out his daughter was involved in a relationship with the judge. We did not know this, but that is my humble opinion. Sarah, she's only 17. Just having her number on his phone is inappropriate, but I think it was more than just her number. I agree. I'm agreeing. Hello, Jean. I think the sheriff took his daughter phone from her or something like that. Could be because she was misbehaving. And then he took her phone and seen the judge trying to get a hold of her. Could be. Might be her delinquent friends telling her what happened. She told her daddy. But that doesn't explain her number on the judge's phone, though, Miss Sky. Whatever it was, Dad's decision is made and he's okay with it. And exactly, he looks like he's okay with it. Right? This is all speculation, people. We don't know squat yet, but this is the true crime genre, and we can speculate, we can do all this, and then when the trial starts, we can discuss like, oh wow, we saw it this way, but oh my goodness, this just changed everything. Maybe sheriff heard her talking on the phone and didn't know who until he looked at judge's phone. I think he looked at his daughter's phone first. I would say, hello, Jane. Morning feed. She can't consent to a crime or a relationship. Maybe he was calling a friend of hers. But her number was on his phone. His daughter's. I don't know. It's too. There's a lot. It's a small town. The daughter probably hung around the courthouse a lot. Wow, cause that daughter is sitting in court like a cool cucumber. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the judge ain't there, right? And it's in a different courthouse. I'm pretty sure Sarah said it's like 2 hours away from where they were, so the officials wouldn't be the same there. Sheriff and judge were lifelong friends. Think about small town, close-knit families, barbecue cookouts, etc. People who prep are usually close to the family. Yep. Jane, no reason for the judge and daughter whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. For no reason to be in contact with her at all. I agree. We don't know, Jamie. We don't know. True crime wife, right? Everyone knows everything and likely someone's related. Yep. Morning feed. Age of consent is 16 if they are consenting to someone under 18. If the consent was involved, doesn't apply. It does in Kentucky, and Sarah gave us the whole thing. She lives in Kentucky. True crime wifey. So again, she can't consent to a crime of coercion or a relationship. Such language only enables predators. Okay. Yeah. No, it does not. Look it up. Okay. I think we're talking about two different things, morning feed. Okay. Sarah was talking about consent for relations. So I think we're talking about two different things here. Sarah says, the morning feed, it is a 10-year age difference. So if he was 27, it would be illegal, but it would be legal, but he's 54. So we'll just and Sarah, you live in Kentucky, correct? You're there. True says, night, Bob. Good night, all. The pesky day job and all. Yeah, I assume be too. True says age of consent in Florida between 16 years old and for a 22-year-old. However, in Kentucky, there is apparently a 10 age gap difference. The Kentucky law says age of consent is 16 if consenting to a relation with someone under 18. Yeah, this is over 18. Jane, Shows you how corrupt everyone is in America right now and acting out of character and committing crimes of the law. And even though the circumstances are what they are, it shows how corrupt people of all. Something's going on. Seriously. Something is going on. True says, right, Judge was 54. Judge was 54. She, at this age, is 17. We do not know if this was prior to her being 16 or 15. We do not know this. We do not have that information. And I'll say right now, and I'll say it right here. The judge is a victim. I will support the family and him. If the judge did anything to a child, he deserved what he effing got. At the morning feed, a simple Google search doesn't give full context in most cases. We have a Romeo and Juliet provision with a 10-year difference if you dig a little deeper. Watched Milena a little earlier today and learned from somewhere in Kentucky does not have a gap at all. Not 10 years, not just none. But I don't know if that was a charter or something actually found. Morning feed, so again, saying she was in a relationship. Nobody said she was in a relationship. Nobody said that. Or consenting to a crime. Nobody said that either. Is harmful for all trafficking victims and child assault victims. Yet nobody, not one person, I will stand here and say it, not one person said that young lady was in a consenting relationship of any kind. Not one person said that at all. People are trying to minimize adult and minor relations. It's horrible, power and control. Not one person in here said that that young lady was a consenting to any relationship. I didn't see it. I didn't even get the inkling that anybody said that. I confronted my 15-year-old's tennis coach who texted my daughter at 12 a.m. Thankfully, I was restrained because I was full of rage. Exactly, Irene. And nor we've all said that something is up with the judge and the daughter. Right? Exactly. But you know who's going to try to make it look like a consenting relationship? Probably the Commonwealth. Absolutely. But not one person in here said that. Not one. The sheriff stands for what he believes, and I agree with him as well. What he does show how loyal he is, loving his own fam. And if the judge was doing that, he showed his own family how loyal he is. Like I said, yeah. Yeah, I'm on the side of the sheriff. I think there's nasty stuff going on. I think there's a bunch of people involved, but I do not recall one person in here saying that that daughter was in a consenting. I know that it came up, what was the consent age, and we debated that, but nobody said the daughter was consenting to this. We might find out the sheriff is the kingpin. Who knows exactly? Nobody, I'm going to stand here and stand up for this coffee crew. Not one person would ever refer to a child as being a consenting person. I will stand here and I will stand that and I will say it out loud. I stand for victims. I will always stand for victims. And I will not allow this crew to be labeled as people that were standing up for pedophiles. It was not said. The discussion that was had was about what is the consent age? Could the judge be using this in his favor? Not one damn person put that young lady in a spot to make it about her instead of the assholes that are doing this. I will stand up for every single one in this crew. That was not said. We talked about the consent in Kentucky to see if that would be something that the judges and the deputies would use as a thing. So listen, I agree with what you're doing. I will support you with what you're doing, but I will not support when we were discussing the age and if that could be something possible. So you go right ahead and you clip it. But if you want to put it on me that I am against and I'm going to support pedophiles, you go to hell. Unbelievable. I have had enough. We talked about, is this something they can do? Is this something they can use? Not one person in here put that on that young lady. Not one. I have supported your channel. I will continue to support your channel, but I will not have you saying I support pedophiles. See ya. Not happening. Exactly. No. I even said 10 years was too much, right? I will not have somebody say that. Absolutely not. I had a cousin that her little child was molested. She killed that man, and I stood beside her when everybody else turned their back on her, and I stood up there and I was proud of her. I will not have somebody put that on me. Not at all. Sorry, not at all. Morning feed, you do not have to stay away. I'm just saying that is not something that I'm going to carry on my shoulders. And if you're saying I said it and you want to clip it, go right ahead. But I am not saying that. I was asking what the consent was in Kentucky. So to figure out in my head, is this going to be something that the judges people use? Not once. Not once. I never put it on that young lady. Never, never, never. Never. No child that is under the age of 18 years of age, or legal or grown man or woman who is old enough to be a smart person, should know that they should not be touching children in no kind, no way. Absolutely, Jane. Absolutely. I will not wear that. I will not have that pinned on me either. Never. He resigned yesterday. Jane, he resigned yesterday. No, sir. It's a triggering topic, and there may have been a misunderstanding. And I think that's why I said, I think we're talking about two different things here. That's why I said it. I think we're talking about two different things here. And like I said, I support what Morning Feed does and all of that, but I will not have that pinned on me because that is not what was said. So go ahead, clip it. Clip enough to get the the whole thing because we were talking about what the age is, and I'm going to drop it because I'm getting angry. Well, I'm going to put it to Vinny so we can see what Vinny has to say. I'm noticing that when everyone said they were enjoying the chat discussing the who done it, someone felt the need to derail that chat. I think that's just sad. I'm going to turn it to Vinny, guys. And I am going to have a cigarette. So I'm going off camera and I'm going to have a cigarette because I need it. So we're going to go to Vinny. Thank you, Vinny.
Appreciate you having me.
Let me start here. What are the allegations against Sheriff Mickey Stines in this lawsuit?
The allegations is that Sheriff Stines had a deputy who was also a bailiff who preyed on at least 3 different women in the context of the courthouse. The deputy actually pled guilty to sex crime, and some of the sex crimes were committed in the judge's chambers. Basically, what the bailiff deputy did is he leveraged his position as someone who controlled the ankle monitor program and basically told these women to have them go to jail unless they performed certain sexual acts with them. And this went on for several years. We named Sheriff Shawn as the deputy in that our theory of the case is that he knew or certainly should have known of the predicate conduct of his bailiff deputy who, as I indicated, pled guilty to at least 3 women. Also, we filed what's called a civil rights case. It's actually on behalf of one woman, Sabrina Atkins, who said the sex happened in the judge's chambers, and another woman who has since died.
And let me ask you this. In this lawsuit, were there any developments this week in the lawsuit or very recently in time connected to the sheriff?
What happened is Monday, Sheriff Stines was in my law office, and we took his deposition as to what he knew and when he knew it. 3 days later, we had the astonishing news that the sheriff killed the local judge. Yesterday, the civil lawsuit was put on hold, so basically we could try to figure out if any of these 2 events are connected.
And I agree. This was just a misunderstanding, cross communication. That's why I said, I think we're talking about 2 different things. And true, you are right. I have no problem with the morning feed. Text gets lost in translation. I absolutely agree. I will still constantly support the morning feed because what she does is amazing. I just got triggered and I said what I said and I stand by what I said. The morning feed, you don't have to go, just stop. Yeah, well, no, she is a victim and I'm not ever going to tell her not to be. She has the right to wear that badge and she's more of a victim. She's a warrior. I will stand up for the coffee crew. That was not said in that way, but I'm going to leave it at that. I have no problem with morning feed. Please still make sure morning feed's link gets put in the chat. I have absolutely no problems. It was communication that was probably an hour back. But I do wish if that was said, the morning feed would have jumped in right at that moment and not waited till later on to say something, because then it could have been cleared up a lot nicer and quicker. So I just want to say that, and we'll go back to Vinny.
So you're investigating that. How would you describe the sheriff's demeanor that day?
Well, in a sense, it was your typical civil lawsuit where your name a bill. It was tense, wasn't particularly friendly. And the allegations against the sheriff and his department are sweeping. We're basically saying they turned that courthouse into a brothel. What you need to understand is I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and women here in Appalachia, if they're in an ankle monitor situation or a drug court, are only vulnerable to sexual exploitation. They know the person controlling them can make a simple phone call to the judge and they're in jail. So what happened in this particular case is Ben Fields, the deputy who pled guilty, he leveraged that situation, that sex acts, and after we filed the civil lawsuit, and after we showed the Attorney General's office all the sexual text
Thank you,
messages
Shiraz.
between Deputy Fields and with Deputy Fields and my client, they indicted Deputy Fields. And this past January, he pled guilty in his criminal case. So the civil rights case is going on now. And as I've indicated, we took Stines' deposition this past Monday here in my law office in Prestonsburg.
Was that a video deposition?
It was just a regular deposition.
So it's not, I'm wondering if it's recorded on video. Sometimes depositions where I practice in New Jersey, they would record them on video.
Now, this was just transcribed, but I did get a phone call the day after the astonishing shooting that the state police wanted a copy of the deposition. The deposition went on for 4 or 5 hours, and Stines was here in my office for about 8 hours.
And was there any mention of the judge in this deposition?
Peripherally. I'm really uncomfortable talking too much about what was said at the deposition. You know, there's ethical rules about lawyers talking about evidence that might be coming out, in this case, in 2 trials, the civil rights trial and, of course, Mr. Stines' trial. But, you know, clearly as I indicated, this was a sweeping lawsuit we filed. We're basically saying that the sheriff and probably others knew about what Deputy Fields was doing to at least 3 different women, and it went on for a while. So the theme of the deposition, the fairest way to describe it is, what did Sheriff Stines know and when did he know it? And we're talking about a small town courthouse. It's a 1-judge courthouse with a local sheriff in a very small town of Whitesboro, Kentucky.
And just, I want to make this super clear that one of the assaults is taking place in the judge's chambers, but the judge was not named in the lawsuit and the judge was never deposed.
Correct. The judge named the lawsuit. But, you know, one wonders of the timing after this deposition Monday, which it's hard to describe, but after I filed the lawsuit, Ms. Fear, when I was in Letcher Courthouse, changed. They were pretty bold allegations we made. And, you know, frankly, I was uncomfortable being in that courthouse. In fact, when I asked Judge Mullins to recuse from the criminal case going on against one of these, the lady who was victimized, he certainly hesitated in getting out of the case. And I thought he should have gotten out of the case automatically. And as a result of that atmosphere, I declined to basically practice law in front of Judge Mullins again. He was very reluctant to get out of the lawsuit, and I thought it was automatic, and that the allegations my client had filed in federal court basically alleged the judge was likely a witness. I mean, the sex occurred at least twice, once in his chambers.
April says, I thank God for protecting me from the stuff I see on these channels. How blessed we are not to be on screen in a YouTube stream being mocked for disgusting choices. Again, guys, I took that personally because this is my channel and I took it really personal, and that didn't sit good in my heart whatsoever. Did not sit good in my heart. He looks like he has a load of slugs on his face. I was thinking that too, Patricia. I was thinking that. But I have to be careful because he is the victim at the moment. What if there was cell phones in the 60s and 70s? Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, Shiraz. I just, like I said, it hurt my heart, and Armand says, wonder how many courts have cameras in judge chambers. Does Aunt Bev have one? I just feel like, and I've said to all of you guys, if something is said and you want to discuss it, bring it up then, and we will discuss it and clean it up then. Doll, you're wonderful. Thank you. Like, I already said this case was going to be something, right? I said it from the beginning because it's going to be seen in so many different ways. And because we don't have anything, we don't have any evidence, anything out there right now, we're all just speculating on this. We're all just speculating. Crime and Coffee, not your channel. I loathe the way YouTube arranges the way we communicate. I agree. Because then it doesn't give you, for chat, you're not allowed so many words you're allowed. So I get it. I get it. And like I said, I will always support what the morning feed is doing. It just hurt my heart, and I just needed to stand my spot on that. But that being said, it's dropped. It's done. It's over. No, but I wish we could allow how our own text, our own chats work. I really do. It took it took my mind off that migraine, let me tell you. It truly did. I think I had a blood rush to the head or something. I don't know. I hear you both. Yeah. I understood what Morning Feed was saying, but it just wasn't what actually happened. So thank you, True. Thank you so much. You are a good friend to me. Got that blood pressure up. It sure did, Miss Sky. Oh, chatting online is a skill. Not everyone learns at the same rate. Feeling the biggest problem, leave them at the door. Yeah. I think it's smart to ask local laws, age of consent when it comes to these crimes. Helps us understand where the defense will find reason to excuse a crime, right? And also helps us understand what the prosecution is going to do, right? Do you not think the prosecution, if it's about his daughter, the slimy prosecution is going to use that? Right. Text doesn't include tone. Do a poll. Who would you rather be? Sarah Boone, Lori Daybell, or Jen McCabe, or Wendy Adelson? Oh my God. I don't want to be any of them, April. I don't want to be any of them. Oh, you're giving us nightmares at April. You are giving us nightmares. But I'm not wrong, though. The statute changed July 24, 2018, statute 510.020. Coming with the receipts, Sarah. Coming with the receipts. Correct answer is Karen Reed. Oh, really? I don't know. If you look at it, though, how Wendy's still walking the streets, still living her best life, and may never get prosecuted. None of the above. Yeah. I'd rather. Shrez says, April, I'd rather be a cockroach than any of them. Oh, it's been a turbulent time, and many are feeling fatigued and frazzled. Everyone here is fantastic. Thanks, B Rabbit. And I'm gonna just say this because I apologize that I lost my cool, because that's who I am, and I don't like doing that. I'm content just to be me. I'm telling you now, this case and tonight has changed my mind. There's so much more involved than what I thought. We've looked at this primarily hearing hearing in depth. Exactly. That's what we've done. And we don't have any proof. We don't have any evidence. We don't have anything. Just what we heard tonight. Can you imagine being Sarah Boone? No, God. No. You imagine living in her head for an hour? I couldn't even live in her. He is who he is. I couldn't even imagine living in Sarah Boone's head for an hour. Armand says, April, the question is harder than any I got in my PhD qualifiers exams. I am what I am. Shiraz would be Donald Adelson, cockroach strong. Age of consent is different in all U.S. states. It's weird. The bottom line is don't mess with children. Just saying. Agreed. I'm sorry. I don't see where anybody that's got a 10-year difference should be messing with each other. I just don't. It seems wrong to me in my head. I wouldn't want to share a cell with Sarah. I think she'd drive me nuts. Oh, 100%, Irene. If we were Sarah Boone, we'd be excellent at everything we do. Yep. Excellent at everything we do. God bless the children. Yep. That's why we would excel. So I was going to do something funny tonight, just for my American friends here. Remember that Charlie was going to foreign countries to do bad things. Exactly. Just as bad. 65 looking for a 55-year-old to golf and get in the hole. I can't. Oh, God. If we were Sarah Boone, we'd always know what to do in every situation, right? Protect children at all costs. Absolutely 100% on that. Rochelle, I feel you 100. I'm the product of a groomed teen, an adult 30 man. I watch the dynamic. It's sick. It truly is. Wood chippers are the solution. I agree, Sky. April, laugh out loud. Stop it, girl. I was like, sometimes I should read some of April's things because they just set me off. Charlie was like a reverse human trafficker. I still have questions about his doc. I still do. I'm sorry, guys, to say anything about the Adelsons, but I still question that doc behind his house. There once was a woman called Boone whose lawyers all thought her a loon. She caused non-intentional death because she drank like a meth and ignored her dead boyfriend till noon. Thank you, Patricia. Forests with wild boars are better at Sky Troop. There's a case about a wood chipper where people got caught in Florida about 15 years ago. Oh, Charlie is passport, bro. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to try to find this. Stop that. I'm going to get rid of this one. Sorry, guys. CT wood chipper case also killed his beautiful flight attendant wife. Oh, my goodness. That's just horrible. That is just horrible. I have not been able to stop thinking about that, Jane. The dock space was paid for a year by cash. I've always thought there's something up with that dock space. Never seen anything, but I truly think there's something going on there. WA equals Washington and Wendy Adelson. Just going to try to find this, because this makes me laugh sometimes when I watch this. So I thought we'd finish it out with, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, let me go to Tyler's page. This is American reacts to Canadian. And I love how he says it. American reacts to Canadian, not an American acts to Canada, but he says Canadian. He's out of jail now. Just trying to find one of his. Let's find one that he does about winter, since it's coming up. So this is Tyler Buckets. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him, but he is freaking, it's just funny. I watch him all the time just to see what Americans think of Canada. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. Just something to lighten the mood. I'll probably stop it and see what you guys think. Sarah, I'm really glad I found this channel. You all are great. I don't usually follow trials. This one is just close to home, so thank you for covering it. Thank you, Sarah. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm very glad you're here too. I'm glad you found us. You came in on a night that was a little got heated. I apologize. It's not usually like that. We're usually very laughing, joking. We can take a bad situation and have a laugh once in a while. Yeah, we do. We have fun here. And just like right now, I'm going to watch a video about an American making fun of me. Eh? But Tyler is funny. He is funny. And someday I'd love to talk to him in person. So we're going to watch this. I will stop it a few times to get your... He's a cutie patootie. He is a cutie patootie.
I'm just a typical average American here today to react and enjoy some Canadian TikToks. It is time once again to take a look at some popular, random, funny internet videos all about Canada. And you never really know what you're gonna learn or what you're gonna see from the Canadian TikToks, but that's kind of part of the fun. So let's take a look here, starting with...
Oh, there's an underground program called Hook a Canuck to marry and get free health care. Are you serious? Jane, are you serious?
The craziest natural phenomenon. What is this? Snow? Are these eggs? Is this how Canadians are born? Snow eggs? Or
I've just come across this snow and it looks fuzzy. I can't even describe to you how fuzzy this snow looks. It's like these beautiful big flakes. I'm gonna touch it.
Huh? What? Since when? How? Where?
I like
Where
Tyler.
in Canada does this happen?
ice.
Is this what snow looks like in Canada? Why is it fuzzy? How are you doing that? But seriously, all joking aside, like what is this?
Oh gosh, it kind of
Ice
is.
crystals.
What? Huh?
That is so pretty. Look at this view.
Oh wow. That is a nice view, but I can't even appreciate the view.
Holy cow, get ready for Americans invading the Canadian dating platforms. Is that Jane, you're I've never even heard of that. That's hilarious. It's snow for Jay's sakes. Yep, it's just little ice crystals.
When my head is reeling from fuzzy snow eggs. I don't claim to know what's going on up in Canada. But now I really, really feel like I don't know. They didn't really explain what that's all about or how that happens, but that's really cool. That's real. Canadians out there, have you ever seen this kind of snow? Is this common or I don't know. Let's keep going. Never know what to expect. We are Canada, made up of 10 provinces.
It's usually the first snowfall that happens.
And 3 territories. Yes, you are.
We are Canada, made up of 10 provinces and 3 territories with capitals and all.
Okay. What? This has like millions of views. This is a very popular TikTok, I see. Am I missing something here? What is this? Is this from like a Canadian children's show? It teaches you about Canada.
We are Canada, made up of 10
Look at him
provinces
go.
and 3 territories with capitals and all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, at a certain point, you just stop questioning the TikToks so much. You just kind of embrace it. 10 provinces, 3 territories. Yes. What a song. Canadians in their cars during September. Well, it's September right now during this video. So this is what Canadians are like right now in your car.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the heated seats. Wow.
Yep.
Oh yeah, crank it up.
Yep.
It got so hot. Really? Really?
So true.
This is the afternoon. Oh my God, is it that big of a difference? You know, that can happen here in America as well. So, not really.
I woke up this morning, I cranked my heat, and by afternoon I had my air conditioning on. It's true. Probably from France, like the Coneheads. I can't remember where he said he was from.
It's a very short window of time. Not right now, really. It's starting to get where it's a little colder during the morning, maybe, and night, and maybe a hair warmer in the afternoon. But it's mostly just pretty good. Like, this is actually fantastic weather right now in America.
Bragging.
Right now, not to rub it in or anything. I don't know what it's like weather in Canada right now, but does it get this extreme where it's freezing in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Then like the sun comes up and it gets actually like hot. You don't even know what to wear outside. I know this is an exaggeration, but I've experienced that at a very, very short time of the year in America. That small window happens, but maybe it's more of a Canadian experience, really. What is this? Something with
our bag milk.
Okay. You're from Canada. Yeah, you got your bagged milk. Yep.
Wrong side,
Yep.
bud.
What? Whoa.
What are you doing?
Whoa. Hey.
What's this
What?
guy's from
Huh?
France?
What? Are you supposed to do it like that?
No.
That's a big hole. Is that okay? Did he? Oh, you fold it over and
What is he
clamp
doing?
it shut. Huh. This is just
Corner.
Canadian breakfast?
He's a new Canadian.
Well, I
That
don't
is
know what
not
the
how you
point of
do it.
this is, but I thought you just cut like a corner
Yes.
of the milk bag, right? Just a corner? What's this guy doing? Isn't this like against the law?
Yeah, it should be.
Oh my God. I
What
thought he was
is
going to pour
he
the entire
doing?
thing out. Okay, I guess it works. Is that okay?
No.
Canadians out there, I'm calling on you once again to clarify. Did he just do that weird? Is that okay? I don't know. Canadian time, 4:59 p.m., okay?
Wow, it looks really nice outside. You know what? I actually might go out for a bit, you know?
Oh, yes.
Let's go.
4:59, nice and sunny outside.
So me too.
Okay.
John.
What is the joke here? You got
Right,
your...
let's go. We got the jacket. Let's go outside.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is this true? It's kind of like the weather one. Does weather and light start getting crazy in September in Canada? Is that where it starts? 4:59, it's light out. 5 p.m., dark. It is going to start getting darker sooner and sooner here in America. I mean, like everywhere in this part of the world, right? That's like...
So more northern you are, that happens. The more northern you are. Yeah, that's how they cut the bags in Moose Jaw in Saskatchewan. Well, there's always been something wrong with Saskatchewan people anyway, but that is not how you cut the bags. Oh Lord.
How that works, right? I don't know if this is more extreme in Canada because Canada is further north. I don't know if that changes the lighting or the sun in any way, but especially with daylight savings time coming relatively soon, that's going to like take an hour away and it's going to be dark at 5. And yeah, does it all change in 1 minute though? I don't know. Hidden spot in Edmonton, Alberta. This is in Edmonton, Alberta?
Hidden spot in Edmonton, Alberta.
Huh? What? How? This looks like what? Huh? Wait. This looks like Greece or something, like Sicily. I don't know what that looks like, but
Hello, Marie. B Rabbit. Is the milk in the bag fresh or yeah, it's fresh. It's most times the bag milk will last a couple days but it's fresh. Yep. People always say, well, why do you have bag milk? Well, less like the States have the jugs, right? That's not good for the environment. So yeah, we have bag milk. It's less plastic. And a lot of places will take the bags and use them to make mats for the homeless. And they weave the bags to make mats, which are waterproof mats. You've never seen a bag milk. Yeah, the meat and dairy in Canada tastes funny to me. It's very pasteurized. Very pasteurized. I do not like, well, I buy my meat at a butcher, so I don't have that issue. But Debbie, sometimes milk comes in fun bags. And we have box wine too. Yep. Pasteurize it. Ugh. It's gross. I don't like our milk, but I tell you, when I went to England, I couldn't get enough milk. I love the milk in England. Seen milk in buckets, but never in bags. Yeah, we get it. We get it in bags and we get it in paper cartons too. But the bags are, we used to have, well, we've always had bag milk, always. But we used to have jug milk too, but we do not have the jug milk no more because it's not good for the environment. I've never heard of milk pouch bags before. Thanks for sharing some Canadianisms. Raw milk is delicious. The England's milk, I couldn't get enough. Could not. Milk is icky unless on my cereal or frozen and cold ice cream. Yeah, we had cartons. We still have cartons. So we got the small cartons, the liter and the 2-liter cartons. Yeah, our milk is just, our milk has got a very chalky taste to it. In my family, I'm the only one that says that. Everybody else loves it. I do not.
What? Wait a minute. What? Is this true? Where is Edmonton, Alberta? Stop. Hold on. Let me Google this. I can't let this one slide. Okay, here we go. This is Alberta, like sort of at the west. If we zoom in, yeah, here's Edmonton. What are we out here? Wait a minute. It's like in the middle of Alberta. What do you mean? This is like in the middle of Canada. How?
No, it's not the middle of Canada.
How? Where was this? Yeah, how is that?
Edmonton.
How is this in Alberta? Edmonton. What? Can anyone in Edmonton clarify that? I don't know if I believe that. You can't trust everything you see on the internet. Let's keep going though. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God.
It's beginning to look a lot like fuck this.
No.
I don't like the cold.
Oh my God.
I hate the fucking snow. It just
like I don't even that tool that this Canadian is using. I know it's just like a big brush, but it even looks bigger in Canada. Like you guys have bigger car brushes.
Has to go.
You need a shovel.
Because I'm going to go fucking insane.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine waking up and having to deal with this. I'm not sure where this is in Canada. I know some places are worse than.
Yep, Tylenol. I was floored when I realized you could buy Tylenol with codeine over the counter in Quebec. You can here in Ontario too. You have to go to the pharmacist and they will sell it to you. Many folks are lactose intolerant because we are supposed to be weaned off of it by age of 2. Learn something new every day. What? I'm moving to Canada because of the snow or because of the Tylenol?
Than others in terms of snow and cold, but holy cow. I can't imagine. What is this?
Yo, this feels like a movie.
It's a train. Oh my God. This is insane. What? That was short. This is insane. This is like a Canadian train?
Yeah, I train through the Rockies.
Whoa. And where are they? Where is all this stuff? There's that crazy lake, maybe in Edmonton, Alberta. And what's this train? The window is huge. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. I don't know of anything like that here in America like that. That's insane. Wow. Okay. Canadian high school. Are we going to look at a Canadian high school? Is it any different to American high school? What do we got? Oh, plaid, phones, earpods, Crocs, Tim Hortons. Oh my gosh, it takes me right back to high school. What do we have here? In Canada, you have plaid.
You can go from New Brunswick to BC on the train. You can go coast to coast. The only places you can't is Nova Scotia. Truro, Nova Scotia is the last stop for the train East Coast and goes straight to Vancouver, Victoria, which then you would jump on another train to go up north, things like that. But yeah, Truro, Nova Scotia is where the train stops. And then if you want to go to Newfoundland, you have to jump on a bus to get to Port aux Basques, or to, North Sydney. And then from North Sydney, you get on a ferry to go to Port aux Basques, Newfoundland. But the last stop of the train is Truro, Nova Scotia. I have been on the train cross country. Miss Sky, you're lost. Why? Don't be lost, Miss Sky. So if you're wondering about this high school thing, it's because they're plaid pajama pants. Sky, but you need to worry that Sinley Whiplash has tied Nell to the railroad tracks and hope that Dudley Do Right arrives in time to save her. So the high school thing is plaid pajama pants, your phones, your ear pods. Newfoundland. Yeah, it's a very American thing to call it Newfoundland. It's not, it's Newfoundland. We don't sound it out. Good night, B. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you again. Yeah. We don't sound it out. Newfoundland.
Pajamas? Are you wearing this to school?
Yep.
What is this? I almost think this is like nicotine pouches, or is that okay in high school? Isn't that a little young? Cell phones. Oh man, we didn't really have cell phones back in my day in high school. They were just starting to become a thing. Ear pods. Oh God, yeah. I'm kind of glad I don't have to deal with all this. And especially if you're a teacher nowadays with kids coming to school with smartphones and ear pods.
Shiraz says, after you finish this, can I post a funny video from a guy that makes up songs from noise animals makes? He started doing it in lockdown. People sent him videos of their cats. Now, absolutely. Absolutely, Shiraz.
Or AirPods, ear pods, the wireless headphones, Crocs. I guess
No,
those are
not
okay,
anymore.
with funny things in them. Gatorade bottles, is that popular? And Tim Hortons and the pajamas are really the most Canadian things here. The rest of the stuff, where is this? Yeah, there it is. The rest of this stuff, probably in America as well, but that's kind of interesting. It's a giant. Okay. What does this mean? Oh, what?
What is it? It's a person, dude.
First of all,
No, not huge here anymore. The big thing is Birkenstocks. Birkenstocks are huge now. I had to look down to see my Birkenstocks. I couldn't remember what they were called. But Crocs aren't. If you see Crocs, they're on people that are at their campsite. But you don't usually see people walking around Crocs anymore. Thank God. Shrez, my favorite game. Ask people from other countries what animals sound like. It's so much fun.
how powerful is this person's camera on their phone that they are zooming into the mountain? That's amazing. They zoom in from like 50 miles away, and there's a person, dude. There's a guy up there, but Why is the guy so big?
No, seriously, pull over.
What? Yeah. If you zoom in like this on a mountain, wouldn't a person be like a speck? This is like you can kind of make it out. Is that a giant?
Sasquatch.
Did they find a Canadian giant and post it on TikTok? Maybe. Places you must visit before you die. Okay. In Canada. Oh, wow. Wow. What? Oh my God. Holy cow. Hold up. Look at this. That's cool. But look at this. What the heck? This looks like a coloring book, like an oil painting.
No.
Where is this in Canada? What the heck?
Look how pretty.
That is awesome.
Look how pretty it is. But it's going to get ugly. That's what trees mean to me when they turn colors.
Staying in a wolf cabin? Is this a thing in Canada? A wolf cabin? Is this okay? Is this safe? There's a wolf. Oh my God. There's a what? It kind of looks like a dog. Is that a dog or a wolf? Oh, it does look like a wolf.
Yes, it is real. They have a bunch of these. They're all windowed. And they're right in the middle of the woods. So you can see all the animals. And they are great. They are amazing to go to. Very expensive. Very expensive. My daughter is going to a school with a lot of students from other countries. Next party she throws for her cohort, I'm going to suggest it. Oh, the game about animal sounds.
It does look like a wolf.
It is a wolf.
How can you just stay in a cabin surrounded by wolves? Is this advised? Is this safe? Where do you do this exactly? I feel like I'm asking that a lot today. Like, where is this? Who's doing this? What is happening in Canada? Okay.
What is going on in Canada that this house costs?
Oh.
Let's play a game. Get a number in your head. Okay.
150,000.
What do you think this costs? All right.
Oh, geez.
Hold on. Because you're.
What do I think this costs? Well, where is this? Where in Canada is this?
Probably Ontario.
That's really, really important, right? If it's in a major city, this would be like $1 million or something crazy, right? If this is just in a random place in Canada in the middle of nowhere, I don't know. I mean, you would expect this to be like $130,000.
No, you would
in like a sane world.
Like 30, 45.
I mean, gosh, maybe less. But I know, particularly in Canada, home prices are nutty.
You're wrong. $3 million.
Oh, it's got to be somewhere in Toronto.
How? What? It's breaking my brain. This doesn't even make sense. Where is this? Obviously, it's pretty small.
It
also looks a bit run down, to be completely honest. Which isn't the end of the world, but $3 million, that is the end of the world. Like, is this real? Now, the real question is this going to sell?
For that? Assault. Okay, this is in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
And people say Vancouver's the LA of Canada when it comes to real estate. No. In LA, that would cost what? Like $900,000?
Even that is insane, though. $900,000.
Vancouver and Toronto are the two biggest markets. In my little city, that would probably be put on the market for about $650,000. You're buying the land, not the house here. Your house could be just as ugly as that, and it doesn't matter. It's the land that's valued, and it all depends on how close you are to amenities, anything like this because we get a lot of people from Toronto move, especially during COVID. They all moved down here, jacked our prices up. Freaking city people.
$1, like for a pretty basic family house, you know, a starter house. Like, who's got $900,000? Seriously, I don't understand how a lot of people even do it. Especially in Canada, if it's 3 million, if you're trying to live by Vancouver, which is obviously very difficult and expensive, and it's a really popular city.
In the UK, that would be about £40,000. In Newfoundland, that would probably be about $30,000. In Nova Scotia, you're going to probably be in about 100. New Brunswick, 100. Quebec, going to go up a little more. Ontario, see you later. BC, see you later. I don't know how people live in Vancouver. I just don't.
Popular place to live. How the heck do you even begin to be a normal person and live there, making like normal money? I don't know. That's crazy.
The
That's
bank
crazy.
owns you.
And with that, the madness has come to an end. That's the Canadian TikToks for today. That's really interesting. Good variety of TikToks.
He has funnier ones. I just haven't seen that one yet. Some grumpy old woman decided the only way she'd move is if she sold her house for $30 million. Yeah. It would be nice to, it said it was Vancouver, but it would be nice to see what the lot is around it, because that would explain a lot. But you don't buy, people aren't buying houses here for the house. They're buying for the lot. And most times it's a developer that's buying up all the houses, building these multi-million-dollar houses on it. Then you're owned by the bank forever. But Shiraz, where is the, do you want to post that link for me and I will put it up? He does have funnier ones, but that milk got me. I have never seen that one. I have never seen somebody cut their milk like that. And you can tell he is not a natural Canadian. Okay. We just needed a break from all the madness. We did some madness and now we're just having some fun. Okay, so what do we got here? Those prices are insane as Los Angeles. Yeah. Okay, let me turn the volume up on this so you guys can hear it. Oh my gosh, no wonder Jake didn't come a running. The screaming goat, yep. Oh, I haven't seen the screaming goat. Is there another one? I've never seen any of these, Shiraz. The Jake has a chicken like that, and Jake does nasty things to his chicken. And it's annoying. It is so annoying. I've got videos on because it's It's annoying. I've seen a donkey play with a rubber chicken. That donkeys are great. There's a quick screaming goat in that video. Oh yes. Okay, sorry. I did see the screaming goat. I thought you meant there was another video. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is my favorite. Okay, Sky has one. Let's see what Sky's got here. Let me pause it. Get rid of this. Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'll move Sky's over here. Let me present this. Okay. One Sky that we're watching, this is a better version. It cracks me up how earnest he is. He keeps a total straight face. Is this the same? Okay. Thanks, guys, for sharing that. Oh, that's funny. That is fun. We should end every live with a fun thing. That's what we should do. Okay, I caught my leg moving to that song. Yeah, palate cleanser. Absolutely. We should definitely end every live with something fun. I agree. I think that's what we're going to do. So anybody of the coffee crew, you have a fun thing, whatever that you think would be great for an evening end of stream, email it to me and I will start compiling a list and we will do that. I think that was great. And check out this channel, youtube.com. The Kiffins. Oh, is this the one? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to present screen to show this. I am going to, as we speak, I'm going to subscribe. I am subscribed and I am liking it. I think that's great. I think that's who we're watching. Perfect. Thank you, Shiraz. I think that's what we'll do. Feel free to email me your funny clips because I know not everybody can post a link. Are you doing suppression hearing tomorrow? At 3 p.m. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to, for some reason, my chat is not, oh, there it is. I'm going to try, Deb. I have to go in for the morning and do some work, but I am going to try to be back for 3 for the hearing. Have you seen the chickens with the bongo drums? No, I haven't. Sorry, Shiraz. I have not. The vids where someone's clips a pretend spider to their friend and they try to get away from it makes me, Patricia, what about the ones where they tie snakes to people when they're out golfing? Just kills me every time. It kills me every time. Oh, thank you, Irene. Great show tonight. Love my chat friends. Oh, that's awesome. Shay is going to rewind. Have a great night or day wherever you may stay, right? The chickens, we have time for one more chicken. We got one more in us, don't we? Hold on, let me put it over here so we can share it. We have time for one more. Bongo chickens. Let's go, bongo chickens. Turn it up so hopefully everybody can hear it. And we're going to play. They are good. That is great. Yeah, I stopped it. I played it twice. I realized it was looping. Okay. Well, everyone, that is a wrap. But I think that's a great idea. See the lady dancing in the background? Yep. It's probably his girlfriend or wife enjoying his music. Yeah, so the hearing is 3 p.m. Eastern. His wife, Torres says, or noon. All right, good night, everyone. So just remember, send in your funnies, send me an email. We're going to do this every night. After every live, we're going to do a few funnies. And that way, when we get off here, we're not cranky. I think he's in the Netherlands or Belgium. I can't remember. No, he's awesome. He is absolutely awesome. Thank you for introducing me to him, Shiraz and Sky. I usually on TikTok, I just find listen, I'll be honest. People falling, I can't help it. It makes me laugh. Pranks, scare pranks, makes me laugh. I just love them. Sometimes I'll have tears coming out of my eyes watching one. But, all right, everyone. Good night. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow. I will definitely be either, if a thing is posted, I'll be home for 3 o'clock. If I'm not, one won't be posted. Depends on how hard I can work in the morning. Okay. Night, everyone. Take care. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others.